is Caden McKean, and Broken Bow wins the Mid-Nebraska League Championship game in walk-off fashion. Carter Johnson, a little flare to right field. Found the outfield grass, and Broken Bow has won the Mid-Nebraska League Championship.
He's just a strong opponent for any wrestler. I mean, undefeated state champ last year in the state finals the year before, a three-time state medalist, and there, a really nice takedown. Good fluid motion by a guy that's wrestling 195 pounds.
Brady Skinner with it, up top. Bay at the buzzer,
wow.
Hits the three, nice looking shot.
To Folkers, back at the Grant, long three, got it!
Nice, Cash attacks. Double, almost triple teamed, out to Connell, deep three.
Wow.
Hit it, that's a three for South Loup.
I have to make sure I set my cruise control when I drive after I watch this event.
Yeah, exactly. Car 204, the Yellow Viper of Ryan Firstenau.
Oh.
Hello to all our viewers out there. Thank you very much for tuning in. You get a look at where we're talking to you from.
You get second, 6, and now 5. Pandorf atop of the key 3. Good! Pandorf at the buzzer. Johnson hammered out towards center. Home, going back. Home will dive, and did he make the catch? He did! Caden Home, a diving catch across his body to the right.
Ball comes out of there. Who's going to hop on top of it? It's going to be scooped up by Cooksley. Inside the 30, the 20, 15, 10. Can he get there? He can. It's 6 points for Sandhill Thedford on defense. The scoop and score.
Calderos sends it in the corner to Santos, a 3, got it. His third from downtown in the quarter.
With the bounce, gets it into Ryan. Nice post move, lays it up and in, and scores 2.
10.2 seconds left. Plays it out to Pandorf, top of the key. Long 3, she puts it up, and that's going to go.
And they turn it over, does Hyannis. More could be showtime, goes up and jams it. What a way to end the half for Mullen.
Finney lost it to Cash Gracie. Cash runs forward, dunks it, and looks over at his fellow students in the student section on the far side and gives a fist pump.
Bounce pass to the elbow to Jackson Henry, handoff Loy. Loy picked up by Miller. Loy bounces it inside to Henry. He'll put it up and score! And Ansley Litchfield has their first lead of the game.
That's a good-looking car out of Laramie, Wyoming again.
Can't get it to go. Lance Jones the rebound. Throws it ahead to Cash Gracie. He puts it home with one hand on the dunk.
The 3-2 pitch, swung on, and a little blooper to right field. That's a base hit. Bow's going to win. Coming in to score the winning run is Caden McKean, and Broken Bow wins the Mid-Nebraska League Championship game in walk-off fashion. Carter Johnson, a little flare to right field. Found the outfield grass, and Broken Bow has won the Mid-Nebraska League Championship.
He's just a strong opponent for any wrestler. I mean, undefeated state champ last year in the state finals the year before, a three-time state medalist, and there, a really nice takedown. Good fluid motion by a guy that's wrestling 195 pounds.
Brady Skinner with it, up top. Bay at the buzzer,
wow.
Hits the three, nice looking shot.
To Folkers, back at the Grant, long three, got it!
Nice, Cash attacks. Double, almost triple teamed, out to Connell, deep three.
Wow.
Hit it, that's a 3 for South Loup.
I have to make sure I set my cruise control when I drive after I watch this event.
Yeah, exactly. Car 204, the Yellow Viper of Ryan Firstenau.
Oh.
Hello to all our viewers out there. Thank you very much for tuning in. You get a look at where we're talking to you from.
You get second, 6, and now 5. Pandorf atop of the key 3. Good! Pandorf at the buzzer. Johnson hammered out towards center. Home, going back. Home will dive, and did he make the catch? He did! Caden home. A diving catch across his body to the right.
Ball comes out of there. Who's going to hop on top of it? It's going to be scooped up by Cooksley. Inside the 30, the 20, 15, 10. Can he get there? He can. It's 6 points for Sandhills Thedford on defense. The scoop and score.
Calderos sends it in the corner to Santos. A three. Got it. His third from downtown in the quarter.
Cody with the bounce. Gets it into Ryan. Ryan. Nice post move. Lays it up and in and scores two.
10.2 seconds left. Plays it out to Pandorf, top of the key. Long three. She puts it up, and that's going to go.
And they turn it over, does Hyannis. More could be showtime. Goes up and jams it. What a way to end the half for Mullen.
Finney lost it to Cash Gracie. Cash runs forward, dunks it, and looks over at his fellow students in the student section on the far side and gives a fist pump.
Bounce pass to the elbow to Jackson Henry. Handoff Loy. Loy picked up by Miller. Loy bounces it inside to Henry. He'll put it up and score! And Ansley Litchfield has their first lead of the game.
That's a good-looking car out of Laramie, Wyoming again.
Can't get it to go. Lance Jones the rebound. Throws it ahead to Cash Gracie. He puts it home with one hand on the dunk.
The 3-2 pitch, swung on, and a little blooper to right field. That's a base hit. Bo's going to win. Coming in to score the winning run is Caden McKean. And Broken Bow wins the Mid-Nebraska League Championship game in walk-off fashion. Carter Johnson, a little flare to right field. Found the outfield grass. And Broken Bow has won the Mid-Nebraska League Championship.
He's just a strong opponent for any wrestler. I mean, undefeated state champ last year in the state finals the year before, a three-time state medalist, and there, really nice takedown. Good fluid motion by a guy that's wrestling 195 pounds.
Brady Skinner with it up top. Bay at the buzzer.
Wow.
Hits the three. Nice looking shot.
To Folkers, back at the Grant, long three, got it!
Nice. Cash attacks. Double, almost triple teamed. Out to Connell, deep three. Wow. Hit it. That's a three for South Loup.
I have to make sure I set my cruise control when I drive after I watch this event.
Yeah, exactly. Car 204, the Yellow Viper of Ryan Firstenau.
Oh,
Hello to all our viewers out there. Thank you very much for tuning in. You get a look at where we're talking to you from.
you get second, 6 and now 5. Pandorf atop of the key 3. Good! Pandorf at the buzzer. Johnson hammered out towards center. Home, going back. Home will dive, and did he make the catch? He did! Caden home, a diving catch across his body to the right.
Ball comes out of there. Who's going to hop on top of it? It's going to be scooped up by Cooksley. Inside the 30, the 20, 15, 10. Can he get there? He can. It's 6 points for Sandhills Thedford on defense. The scoop and score.
Calderos sends it in the corner to Santos. A three. Got it. His third from downtown in the quarter.
Cody with the bounce. Gets it into Ryan. Ryan. Nice post move. Lays it up and in and scores two.
10.2 seconds left. Plays it out to Pandorf, top of the key. Long three. She puts it up, and that's going to go.
And they turn it over, does Hyannis. More could be showtime. Goes up and jams it. What a way to end the half for Mullen.
Finney lost it to Cash Gracie. Cash runs forward, dunks it, and looks over at his fellow students in the student section on the far side and gives a fist pump.
Bounce pass to the elbow to Jackson Henry. Handoff Loy. Loy picked up by Miller. Loy bounces it inside to Henry. He'll put it up and score! And Ansley Litchfield has their first lead of the game.
That's a good-looking car out of Laramie, Wyoming again.
Can't get it to go. Lance Jones the rebound. Throws it ahead to Cash Gracie. He puts it home with one hand on the dunk.
The 3-2 pitch, swung on, and a little blooper to right field. That's a base hit. Bo's going to win. Coming in to score the winning run is Caden McKean. And Broken Bow wins the Mid-Nebraska League Championship game in walk-off fashion. Carter Johnson, a little flare to right field. Found the outfield grass, and Broken Bow has won the Mid-Nebraska League Championship.
He's just a strong opponent for any wrestler. I mean, undefeated state champ last year in the state finals the year before, a three-time state medalist, and there, really nice takedown. Good fluid motion by a guy that's wrestling 195 pounds.
Brady Skinner with it up top. Fay at the buzzer.
Wow.
Hits the three. Nice looking shot.
To Folkers, back at the Grant, long three, got it!
Nice. Cash attacks. Double, almost triple teamed. Out to Connell. Deep three.
Wow.
Hit it. That's a three for South Loop.
I have to make sure I set my cruise control when I drive after I watch this event.
Yeah, exactly. Car 204, the Yellow Viper of Ryan Firstenau.
Oh,
Hello to all our viewers out there. Thank you very much for tuning in. You get a look at where we're talking to you from.
you get second, 6 and now 5. Pandorf atop of the key 3. Good! Pandorf at the buzzer. Johnson hammered out towards center. Home going back. Home will dive, and did he make the catch? He did! Caden Home, a diving catch across his body to the right.
Ball comes out of there. Who's going to hop on top of it? It's going to be scooped up by Cooksley. Inside the 30, the 20, 15, 10. Can he get there? He can. It's 6 points for Sandhill Thedford on defense. The scoop and score.
Calderos sends it in the corner to Santos. A 3, got it. His third from downtown in the quarter.
Cody with the bounce, gets it into Ryan. Ryan, nice post move, lays it up and in and scores 2.
10.2 seconds left. Plays it out to Pandorf, top of the key. Long three, she puts it up, and that's going to go.
And they turn it over, does Hyannis. More could be showtime. Goes up and jams it. What a way to end the half for Mullen.
Finney lost it to Cash Gracie. Cash runs forward, dunks it, and looks over at his fellow students in the student section on the far side and gives a fist pump.
Bounce pass to the elbow to Jackson Henry. Handoff Loy. Loy picked up by Miller. Loy bounces it inside to Henry. He'll put it up and score! And Ansley Litchfield has their first lead of the game.
That's a good-looking car out of Laramie, Wyoming again.
Can't get it to go. Lance Jones the rebound. Throws it ahead to Cash Gracie. He puts it home with one hand on the dunk.
The 3-2 pitch, swung on, and a little blooper to right field. That's a base hit. Bo's going to win. Coming in to score the winning run is Caden McKean. And Broken Bow wins the Mid-Nebraska League Championship game in walk-off fashion. Carter Johnson, a little flare to right field. Found the outfield grass. And Broken Bow has won the Mid-Nebraska League Championship.
He's just a strong opponent for any wrestler. I mean, undefeated state champ last year in the state finals the year before, a three-time state medalist, and there, really nice takedown. Good fluid motion by a guy that's wrestling 195 pounds.
Brady Skinner with it up top. Fay at the buzzer.
Wow.
Hits the 3. Nice looking shot.
To Folkers, back at the Grant, long three, got it!
Nice. Cash attacks. Double, almost triple teamed. Out to Connell. Deep 3.
Wow.
Hit it. That's a 3 for South Loop.
I have to make sure I set my cruise control when I drive after I watch this event.
Yeah, exactly. Car 204, the Yellow Viper of Ryan Firstenau.
Oh,
Hello to all our viewers out there. Thank you very much for tuning in. You get a look at where we're talking to you from.
you get second, 6 and now 5. Pandorf atop of the key 3. Good! Pandorf at the buzzer. Johnson hammered out towards center. Home going back. Home will dive, and did he make the catch? He did! Caden home. A diving catch across his body to the right.
Ball comes out of there. Who's going to hop on top of it? It's going to be scooped up by Cooksley. Inside the 30, the 20, 15, 10. Can he get there? He can. It's 6 points for Sandhill Thedford on defense. The scoop and score.
Calderos sends it in the corner to Santos. A three. Got it. His third from downtown in the quarter.
Cody with the bounce, gets it into Ryan. Ryan, nice post move, lays it up and in and scores two.
10.2 seconds left. Plays it out to Pandorf, top of the key. Long three, she puts it up, and that's going to go.
And they turn it over, does Hyannis. More could be showtime. Goes up and jams it. What a way to end the half for Mullen.
We want to say thanks to all the community-spirited businesses who bring you our coverage. We hope that you'll join us thanking those sponsors by giving them your patronage. Now, let's go live for our coverage of exciting sports action on Central Nebraska Sports Swords.
Good evening and welcome to Callaway, Nebraska, site of tonight's girls and boys basketball doubleheader on the Thunderbird KBBN Radio. I'm Jeremy Scheip. I'll be joined later in the pregame by my broadcast partner, Larry Kottner. Jack Simpson is behind the camera tonight as we bring you high school hoops on the mighty Thunderbird. It's the first game of the year, folks. Should be a lot of fun. There's new rules that have been implemented as of last year. There's a new rule that has been implemented across all levels of basketball here in the state for this year. And we're going to break down all of that as well as a couple of great basketball games for you here today on 95.3. It's Twin Loop visiting South Loop, girls and then boys varsity action ahead of us tonight on the Thunderbird. We are also video streaming completely live for you thanks to wonderful sponsorship on the Sandhills Express YouTube and Facebook pages. As we get started, we want to thank the radio sponsors bringing you tonight's broadcast: Custer County Exteriors, First State Insurance, Moonlight Custom Screen Print and Embroidery, the Twin Loop Booster Club, South Loop Community Pharmacy, the Callaway District Hospital with the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics, Callaway Market, Agribest Feeds, Pinnacle Bank of Arnold, Arnold Insurance Agency, Trotters Woe & Go in Sargent, Mills Hardware, A1 Auto in Arnold. Thank you as well to Lodi Seed and Central Nebraska Electric. Thank you to these sponsors you hear on every single high school and Huskers broadcast on KBBN. Nebraska State Bank, Rod's Body and Paint, Aero Seed, Shelter Insurance, Custer Federal State Bank, Grocery Cart, Agland ATV, Meade Lumber, Team Physical Therapy, Geared for Sports, Sargent Irrigation, Melham Medical Center, Trotter Service, A2Z Lawn Pro, Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency, Gateway Motors, High Street Insurance and Financial Services, Taylor Heating and Cooling, Justin Thompson Agency. We'll take a break and hear from some of those sponsors. When we come back, we'll thank the video sponsors and give you a rundown of this girls contest ahead of us to open up play in Callaway, Nebraska. It's high school hoops, girls varsity, and then boys varsity on the Thunderbird, 95.3 FM, KBBN.com, and on the free KBBN app.
Broadcast is brought to you in part by Moonlight Custom Screen Print and Embroidery. Have you seen all those awesome t-shirts when you attend state competition? There's a good chance Moonlight has printed what you're seeing. They love partnering with local schools to put your athletic and extracurricular achievements on apparel for fans. Ask them about screen printing, embroidery, and more promotional products. Located in Kearney, serving fellow Central Nebraskans. Visit MoonlightCustomPrinting.com. Everything looks better by Moonlight. Radio coverage of the Twin Loop Wolves is brought to you in part by the Twin Loop Boosters, whose members include Team Physical Therapy, Terry and Chandra Horkey, TCH Seeds, The Ritz Cafe, Trotters Grain and Fertilizer, Trotters Woe & Go, Union Bank and Trust, Upstream Ranch, Valley County Health System, and Wagner Bunkhouse and Cabins. Enjoy the broadcast, brought to you in part by the Twin Loop Boosters.
The staff at South Loop Pharmacy in Callaway is proud to be a sponsor of this sports broadcast. They support all the area athletes and are pleased to be a part of the South Loop Bobcat community. Their pharmacy provides knowledge on what is best for you and your family members. Stop in and talk to them today. South Loop Pharmacy in Callaway, knowing you by name, not just a refill number.
The Callaway District Hospital, along with the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics, love supporting the community and are happy to be able to help bring you this sports broadcast. The Callaway District Hospital and Medical Clinics delight in serving the area with their public transportation service. Call 308-212-0464 to schedule a ride today. Areas served and destinations requested will be evaluated on a first-come, first-served basis. Cheering on the area athletes from the Callaway District Hospital and the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics.
Central Nebraska Electric in Ansley is a proud supporter of this broadcast and area high school sports action. Playing hard throughout the season takes a lot of work, and Todd salutes that dedication. Any electrical work you need done right the first time deserves a free estimate from Central Nebraska Electric. Call them at 750-6458. That's Central Nebraska Electric in Ansley, sponsoring this broadcast and wishing area teams good luck this season.
For your holiday meals, find your ingredients at the Callaway Market. They pride themselves on offering their customers some awesome deals. Their Good Buys program keeps prices low. All of their steaks and roasts are age-certified Angus and super tasty. So when you're piecing together that holiday meal, remember the fresh produce, quality meats, at affordable prices you'll find at the Callaway Market. Open 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. Monday to Saturday, and Sundays from 11 until 5. The Callaway Market, cheering on the South Loop Bobcats.
Simply put, AgriBest Feeds in Callaway has the ranching supplies you need and are looking for. Like Sweet Pro Tubs with Probiotin that helps cattle perform better while consuming up to 25% less forage. They also have Redmond Mineral Salt, Aeroquip chutes, and portable tub alley systems, plus vet supplies, pet and poultry feed, and dry shod boots. Sometimes the ATV or UTV is the way you want to go. They have drive-through gates ideal for the farm, ranch, hunting, lease, and more. For fencing, barbed wire, posts, and more, visit AgriBest Feeds behind the Community Center in Callaway.
Welcome back to Callaway as we get closer to this contest to get us kicked off this evening, or tipped off, I should say. I've got to switch from football to basketball mode. Twin Loop and South Loop on the girls' varsity side will get us started here shortly. Before I welcome Larry into the broadcast, I want to thank the video sponsors that those of you watching on the Sandhills Express YouTube and Facebook pages will see throughout the entirety of this broadcast, and that you will see during the replays of this broadcast for, well, the rest of eternity as well. They include First State Insurance, AgriBest Feeds, Callaway District Hospital, BD, Grocery Cart, Nebraska State Bank, Agland ATV, Meade Lumber, Culligan, Bailey Crop and Pioneer Seed, Palmer Monument, Insurance of the Heartland, and H&R Block. Welcome Larry Kottner into the broadcast. Larry, here we are, fall sports. It's in the rear view mirror. Finally, it was a long fall sports season, thanks in our area to the SEM Mustangs, but here we go. It's the winter sports season. It's all about wrestling and basketball from here on out.
And with the temperature hitting 60 degrees this afternoon, you and I coming over with Jack here to Callaway, it felt more like late fall sports season than the winter sports season. But yes, well, and it seems just amazing how fast it goes. These two teams, I mean, they get right after it. They have it tonight, and then they play a bunch of games before the Christmas break. 7 contests for Twin Loop before the Christmas break this year, and it won't get any easier over the next week with Sandhills, Thetford, Stewart, and Brady. And for South Loop, they've got 6 matches before the Christmas break, and it gets real tough after tonight as well. Amherst, Cambridge, Pleasanton, and Sumner Eddyville Miller. So both these teams are going to be looking to get off to a good start, trying to get a W to get a little bit of momentum going into some very tough games over the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Should be a lot of fun to see how these teams match up. You talked about getting things underway when the season starts. You're figuring a lot of stuff out when it comes to practice, but there's no substitute for live action, right? You're playing against people that you don't practice with every single day. You kind of get to know your teammates really, really well, and scrimmaging in practice can only take you so far. These teams are excited to get out there, get on the court, and play some actual competition.
Yeah, and it's been a little bit since they've had competition. Volleyball's been about a month now for these two teams here that are competing tonight. And so they've had 3 weeks of practice, and you're right. They want to get out there. They want to see somebody in a different uniform.
All right, should be a lot of fun, folks. We're about 3 minutes and 25 seconds away from action here on the Thunderbird and Sand Hills Express Video. It's South Loup hosting Twin Loup. Girls varsity matchup is coming up your direction very shortly. Larry will have the starting lineups when we return.
New tomorrow on the other side of the horizon. There are promises to honor, work that needs to be done, friendships to enjoy, and people that count on each other. These are the things that tie our communities together. They always have, and they always will. Build your tomorrow with a bank you can rely on. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Supplying their customers with quality companies and service that will allow them the comfort of knowing that Arnold Insurance Agency cares about their financial well-being. That's the mission of Arnold Insurance Agency. They're proud to help fellow Nebraskans prepare for the unexpected. With locations in Arnold, Brady, Cozad, Grant, Mullen, and North Platte, they'll see their family to take care of yours. Visit them online at arnoldins.com or stop by. Arnold Insurance Agency, proud to help bring you this sports coverage featuring our amazing area student athletes.
Trotters Woe and Go in Sargent is your one-stop shop for whenever you're on the go, and they're proud to support area teams by sponsoring this broadcast. Whether it's a tasty treat or snack you're looking for, or something to quench your thirst, make your stop at Trotters Woe and Go in Sargent when you're passing through. They'd be happy to serve you and get you filled up and back on the road. Trotters Woe and Go in Sargent, sponsors of this broadcast and supporters of all area sports teams.
Mills Hardware is proud to support the local athletes. From painting to tools, sporting goods to office supplies, Mills Hardware is the place to go. Always remember, if they don't have it, they will try to get it for you. They have 155 different suppliers that they work with and offer services like hunting, fishing, and park permits, key making, and more. They thank you for your continued patronage of their store. You're very important to them. Thank you from the Mills Hardware and Feed team.
Crash, boom, bang. All sounds you never want to hear coming from your vehicle. A1 Auto Repair in Arnold is prepared to fix or prevent those sounds. If you're in need of auto and light truck service and repair, give Josh a call, 848-2542. That's 848-2542. It all starts with diagnosing the problem, then working to get you back on the road quickly with a vehicle you can depend on. A1 Auto Service in Arnold, proud sponsors of this broadcast and high school sports.
Welcome back to Callaway. Twin Loup and South Loup girls basketball on the way with your starting lineups. Here's Larry Kottner.
All right, let's take a look first of all at Twin Loup. The Lady Wolves will go this way. 4 seniors, 1 junior in the starting lineup. The 4 seniors are Lexi Starr, Reagan Mahler, Gracie Rodacher, and Madison Glidden. 1 junior, that is Carson Vincent. Jackie Lewis is the head coach, Monica Glidden the assistant, a couple of former Twin Loup athletes. So once again, it'll be Starr, Mahler, Rodacher, Vincent, and Glidden, the starting lineup for Twin Loup. For South Loup, they're the home team here this evening, and they are a very young team. They have only 1 senior on their entire varsity roster. That's Ivy Tullis, and she will not be starting. They'll go with 1 junior, 2 sophomores, and 2 freshmen. It'll be Jade Bierman and Asa Starr. They're both sophomores. Junior Nelcha Reif, Emma Stahlbaumer, and Ray Hagler are the 2 freshmen. Allie Goodnow is the head coach, and the assistant is Kaylin Dockweiler. Again, it's Bierman, Starr, Reif, Stahlbaumer, and Hagler, and that is your starting lineups.
We'll be back for the tip after this.
Lodi Seed Service, LLC, your trusted channel seedsman, now serving the Callaway area. They are proud to bring you this sports broadcast. Why choose them? High-quality channel seeds, expertise tailored to your farm, local knowledge paired with global resources, and, of course, unmatched customer service. To get on the path to achieving your farming goals or exceeding them, contact Abe Hinman or T.R. Anderson with Lodi Seed Services, sponsors of this sports broadcast.
Radio coverage of the Twin Loop Wolves is brought to you in part by the Twin Loop Boosters, whose members include 4W Delaney, Agland ATV, Burwell Dental Clinic, Burwell Family Practice PC, Calamus Outfitters, Carhartt Lumber Company, Central Nebraska Electric, Central Nebraska Medical Clinic, City of Sargent, Connie's Beauty Salon, Corner Stop, Craig and Diane Van Cura, Dad's Calamus East, and Diamond Ring Ranch. Enjoy the broadcast brought to you in part by the Twin Loop Boosters.
Christmas greetings from Nebraska State Bank. This is Stuart Fox inviting you to help us celebrate the holiday season at our open houses at all 4 branch locations on December 10th from 10 until 2. Check out our website, nesb.bank, for more details. From all of us at Nebraska State Bank, we wish you and your family a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Nebraska State Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC.
When your car gets dented, dinged, smashed, or smacked, the last thing you should have to worry about is it being in the right hands to get it fixed. When you choose Rod's Body and Paint in Broken Bow, your vehicle will leave their shop looking great. Don't forget, Rod can also help you with those windshield chips. Take care of them before they get worse and cost you more money. If your windshield already needs replaced, they can do that too. Rod's Body and Paint on the curve, west of Broken Bow.
Ag Producers, now is your opportunity to secure spring seed and save money too. Arrow Seed is offering early booking and early pay discounts on alfalfa, summer annual forages, and spring small grains. Act by January 10th to save 8% on alfalfa and 10% on summer annual forages. Arrow Seed has clean, quality seed for every need and every budget. Stop by and visit them in Broken Bow or contact your local Arrow Seed dealer today to take advantage of the early order and prepaid discounts. Learn more at arrowseed.com.
And we come back here to Callaway High School Gymnasium as we get you ready for the first half of our doubleheader between girls and boys for Twin Loop and South Loop. Neither team played last night, so this will be their first match. They have their second matches tomorrow night. Amherst for South Loop, and Twin Loop will be hosting Sandhill Thedford tomorrow. Jeremy, we look at this, and you know, one of the things we really haven't touched upon this new this year, and it'll be interesting to see how much it comes into play, but we've got a shot clock in the 24-25 season.
And I think the number one conversation that's been taking place since last year, Larry, is it's going to affect different teams differently, for lack of a better phrase. Different teams are going to have offenses that work so quickly that they don't even think about the shot clock. First team locally that comes to mind is Broken Bow. Coach Cooksley said it during the winter sports tip-off earlier this week. He wants those girls shooting in the first 15 seconds that they're in the half court anyway. So they're not even really thinking about it all that much. Other teams, if you want a long, sustained offense and to keep the ball away from the other team's offense, might come into play a little bit more. I think just out of the gate, it's going to be interesting to see how it applies not only on the court, but from a crowd standpoint, from an officiating standpoint, and from the scorer's table standpoint. It affects everybody in the gym.
If you're looking in on Sandhills Express, it'll be Twin Loop going right to left. They're in the road maroon and black uniforms, and South Loop in the home whites going left to right. Jeremy and I are positioned at the end zone, so we'll be having a different look at this, the far end and the close end. And ready to jump it up, it'll be Stahlbaumer against Mahler. And the tap is not controlled. It goes on out of bounds off the touch of Asa Starr. So Mahler will toss it in midcourt.
And no time came off the clock, Larry. Amazing.
Yeah, again at the Glidden. Well, there's a lot for the clock operators to work with now, and that's a turnover. Ball taken away. Glidden could not handle it, and Hagler comes up with it. Works it over to the left side on the dribble. Up top with it, it's Bierman. They feed it into Stahlbaumer, couldn't get it to go. Rebound fought for, and finally cleared out of there by Twin Loop. That's Mahler. She'll outlet to Glidden. Glidden down the left side, left-hander, switches over to the right-hand dribble. Stops, and then gets it into Mahler on the corner. No good. Rebound tipped around, and finally controlled by South Loop. It's Starr with the basketball. Gives it off to Bierman. Bierman across the timeline. Zone defense. Check that. Man-to-man defense being shown here. Nope, correction. 2-3 zone by Twin Loup. Now it's Bierman off the left edge. Couldn't get it from 19. Rebound by Stahlbomber. In and out. That's twice that Stahlbomber's had some pretty good looks. Couldn't get it to go. Glidden quickly ahead. Tipped away by Hagler. It's loose. Still loose on the floor, and we're going to have a tie-up. And the basketball will belong, I believe, to Twin Loup, because the tap was controlled. The initial tap was controlled by South Loup, but then lost it out of bounds, so it will go to Twin Loup. As getting it in will be Vincent. Lobs it up top for Glidden. Glidden off the right side. 15-footer on the way. No good. Rebound cleared out of there by Bierman. No score. We played a minute 15. Bierman into the forecourt. Feeds it off to the left side for Hagler. Up top for Bierman. Work it around to the right side for Asa Starr. Couldn't get it to go. And the rebound brought out of there by Mahler. Reagan will bring it across center court. Look at a man-to-man defense. Glidden. Bounce over to the left side. Controlling it over there that time was Starr. They'll feed it off the right side. Shot by by Mahler, no good. And cleared out of there by Starr. Bierman will push it into the forecourt. Work up top. High post, turn around 12-footer up and no good. It would not fall for Reif. Rebound cleared out of there by Twin Loup. Again, it's one and done. Off the Mahler, nice drive, up and in. Reagan Mahler off the right side, puts it home. That time, nice feed by Glidden.
Really good basketball leading up to that point. Just good quality shots by both teams. It just had to get that lid off the bucket to get started scoring.
Yeah, early part of the season, and both teams kind of feeling their way. Hagler up top, works it over to the left side. Nice bounce into the paint, put up and in by Emma Stahlbomber. The freshman puts it home to tie it up at 2 apiece.
Worth mentioning, although there is supposed to be a shot clock, their shot clock here tonight in Callaway, we heard them talking, it was not functioning correctly before the game, so I think they're going off of a stopwatch somehow.
Yeah, it looked like it was working there for a while, but it quit working again just before the game. Mahler for three, couldn't get it to go. Long rebound comes out to Glidden. Glidden off the Star down low, puts it up and in. She's fouled. It'll count. Lexi Starr, the senior, down low, putting it off glass, and she'll draw the first foul of the ball game on Emma Stahlbomber.
Well, she knew what she wanted to do, and she wasn't going to let Emma be in her way down there. It was a good, decisive decision. Turned around, made a hard move, but focused on the shot on the top end, too.
Starr will try to complete the three-point play, and does, using the glass. And it's a 5-2 game in favor of Twin Loup. No backcourt pressure by either team so far in this game. Starr in the forecourt off the left wing. They'll feed into the paint. High post shot put up and in by Stahlbomber. That's two in a row. She's had a couple that look like would go down. But there's no question they want to feed her in the post, and then we'll work their offense around that.
That's what I was going to say. She's the height in there. She turns around, and there's nobody for Twin Loup that can get a hand up.
Skip pass out to Glidden. Her three-pointer won't go. Long rebound tipped around and finally out of bounds off of Twin Loup. 5-4 our score. 4:32 to go, opening quarter. First of two here tonight from Callaway. We'll have the boys game a little bit later on. Into the forecourt. Bierman to the high post. Gets it to Reif. Back out to Bierman. They work it over right side. Open Starr. 17-footer no good. Tipped around. Finally controlled by Stahlbomber. Couldn't get the shot go. She had a lot of hands around it. And then the ball tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with South Loup. First substitute of the ball game coming in, Ivy Tullis. She is the lone senior on the varsity roster for South Loup. Inbounds, open, shot put up, no good by Reif, but she'll draw the foul.
Well, and that was a really good find on the inbounds by Starr. Used her patience. The first look, Stahlbomber wasn't there, but then she waited for Reif to come around and found her, and the result is her going to the free throw line.
Nelcha there for two. First one put up and no good. Rimmed out of there. That foul was on Madison Glidden, so one foul on each. Right now, early on, it looks like our officials are kind of letting them play and feel their way into this game.
Yeah, there's been a couple of things, not only the fouling, there's maybe been a couple of shuffles of feet that maybe aren't going to get called early in the first game of the season, but they'll kind of tighten up naturally throughout the year, and the girls will do that too.
Reif makes the second to tie the game at 5. Driving the baseline, no good from Mahler, and then a tie-up on the rebound. And both Starr and, well, Lexi Starr and Asia Starr, they both go, Asia Starr and Lexi Starr both fall to the floor and hit hard. Lexi's going to come out, be replaced in the lineup. Bierman into the high post to Reif, back out to Bierman, lost control, saves it, gets it to Tullis, and then her pass intercepted. Taken away that time by Vincent. Glidden over to Mahler. Mahler down the right side, puts it up from 15, no good. But she'll draw the foul and have a 2-shot opportunity. That one's going to go against Nelcher Reif.
Well, and you like what Reif did. She was getting ready to box out Mahler and go for the rebound. The problem is she was so on top of it that she got underneath of Mahler before she was able to come down and complete her jump shot motion, so called for the foul there.
Mahler makes the first free throw. Player that came into the lineup is freshman Jalen Blackburn for Twin Loup. Mahler knocks them both down, and 7-5. Nobody was back there to help out Bierman with the inbounds, and Reif will go back there and help her out. Now Bierman into the forecourt, over to Starr. Asa down low, gets it to Stahlbomber. Her shot blocked partially that time by Rodacher, and the rebound taken out of there after the second shot by Blackburn. Glidden into the corner. Mahler for 3 off the mark. Weak side rebound, though, cleared out of there by Vincent. Back out to Glidden. Down low, wide open, putting it up and in. Gracie Rodacher, nobody picked her up along the baseline. She had an easy one. It's a 9-5 lead for Twin Loup at the 3-minute mark of this first quarter.
Really like the way these two teams match up, Larry, even after a couple of substitutions.
They're both playing hard, trying to find the other team's weakness. Glidden with a lot of pressure. They get it over to Asa Starr. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound, though, to Stahlbomber. Got her own rebound, puts it up and in. And Emma Stahlbomber very active down low. 9-7 the score. Open in the corner. Shot put up by Vincent. No good. Ripping the ball away and putting it up. No good that time was Blackburn. Taken out of there by Starr, but then she throws it away as Blackburn will run it down. Mahler into the forecourt off the right side. Cut off. Back out top for Vincent. Back to Mahler. She'll launch the 3. Off the iron. No good. Long rebound comes out to Reif.
Well, we know about Reagan Mahler is she's not shy about shooting it. She can get things honed in behind that three-point line. She's extremely dangerous, so South Loop's going to want to tighten that up.
Into the paint for Stahlbomber, and then a 3-second violation on Reif on the other side. Stahlbomber on the high post. Reif was on the low post. New players in for South Loop. Addie Stump, a sophomore, and Kagan Wattoon, a junior.
Just like it's the first game for the players, it's also the first game for many of these officiating crews. I don't know if this crew did any games yesterday, but to see a 3-second call this early in the season is kind of impressive.
Ella Schweitzer has also checked in for Twin Loup. Had the ball tipped away from her. Tullis now might have blocked, yes. Had the ball stripped away by Blackburn, but before the strip, the walk was called on Tullis, so we'll head the other direction. 1:32 to go in the first quarter. 9-7, Twin Loup with the lead. This is the girls' game. Pass by Mahler, tipped away by a hustling Jade Bierman.
Pretty quick moving first quarter, and really the way that we started with a few minutes of no scoring, we've kind of figured that out now.
Mahler along the baseline, 10-footer wouldn't go. In and out in the rebound, crashing after it. South Loop's, let's see, that was Addie Stump. Headlong dive into the corner trying to save it, but couldn't do it. She did a nice skid over there. Inbounds knocked away, and there's Jade Bierman again.
I tell you what, South Loop and Twin Loop both really impressing me defensively here in the first game of the season for both of these teams. I know these coaches like that. If you don't have to beg your team to play defense, you're starting off on the right foot.
3-point shot put up that time by Carson Vincent and tipped out of bounds. It'll go off Twin Loop, so South Loop will have it. In for Twin Loup, Lorena Shada Jr. And coming back in for South Loup will be Hagler. Hagler will take the inbounds from Wattoon. Lead ahead for Tullis, and it's tipped out of bounds by a hustling Jalen Blackburn. We saw Blackburn quite a bit during the volleyball season. Got hurt late in that portion of the year and knocks that one away. That one intended for Hagler. We go under a minute to go. Boy, active hands on both teams.
Well, you got to be an active fan if you're at this game.
And a steal by Vincent on the inbounds. Cut off, gets it off to Blackburn, puts it up from 10, no good. Rebound to Vincent, fall away 5-footer off the iron, no good. And South Loup will come away with it. Hagler will come away with 40 seconds to go. Well, the shot clock has not been a factor in this game because everybody's putting it up quickly. Steal by Shada. Off to Mahler. Mahler down the right side, cut off. Back out to Vincent for a three. Puts it home. Carson Vincent. 12-7 in favor of Twin Loup. 17 seconds to go in the quarter and almost stolen again by Blackburn. Tullis gets away with it, and then a tie-up as they try to get it into Stahlbomber. Boy, Twin Loup doing a good job of collapsing in on her on that high post.
Yeah, and South Loup is really trying to combat Twin Loup's aggressive defense by making quick passes. Problem is they haven't been super accurate as of late.
Shot put up by Vincent. Saved in. Shot at the buzzer. No good. Put up by Mahler. It was off balance. Had to hurry it. Did not draw iron. But we have completed one here in Callaway. Twin Loup 12, South Loup 7. You're listening to the Thunderbird 95.3.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Contact your local Shelter Insurance agents, Brent Custer or Seth Pearson in Broken Bow.
Attention Nebraska farmers. At Custer Federal State Bank, we know that agriculture is more than a job, it's a way of life. That's why we're proud to offer agricultural loans tailored to your needs. Whether you're looking to expand your operations, purchase new equipment, or manage daily expenses, our experienced team is here to help. With competitive rates, personalized service, we're your partners in growth. Visit Custer Federal State Bank today, where your future grows. Custer Federal State Bank, rooted in Nebraska, growing with you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
One quarter in the books, 12-7 the score. Twin Loup on top. They have not trailed in this ball game yet. They've had as big a lead as 5, which it is right now. South Loup will have the basketball to start the second quarter. Hagler to the high post. Stahlbomber open. 15-footer would not go. Tipped around, and Mahler will save it in. Who comes away with it, though? It is Hagler. Gets it off to Bierman. Into the paint. Cut off. Now to Starr. Back up top. They work it to Hagler, and then in the paint, Stahlbomber turns around, and Lexi Starr ties her up. We'll head the other direction.
Well, I tell you what, this Twin Loup team is a lot of fun to watch defensively. They're getting their hands in there actively, and we've seen several jump balls here so far.
Well, both these teams, I believe, with new coaches this year. Jackie Lewis, who's been a part of the program, the head coach this year, and now a foul as the ball was taken away by South Loup, and Mahler trying to get it back is called for the foul. That'll be her first. Team foul number 1 in the quarter. Shot put up no good by Starr, and it's rebounded out of there by Mahler. Gives it off to Glidden. Glidden into the forecourt. Works it over to Vincent, up top for Glidden. On the drive, 18-footer, no good. Rebound tipped around, controlled underneath. With it, and maybe taking an extra step that time, was Carson Vincent. And don't know maybe about it, she did.
Yeah, switch pivot Pete down there.
So we played a minute here in the second quarter. Neither team has scored. South Loup with the basketball, trailing 12-7. Bierman up top. working against that 2-3 zone. Feed to the high post, ball tipped around. It's going to come away with a steal, maybe. And, well, it's going to end up being a timeout. Mahler was able to cover it up. They got the timeout, so we'll take it with them. 6:43 to go, first half. 12-7, Twin Loup on top.
The Grocery Cart is proud to bring you this sports broadcast. The case is always full of delicious food you can have right away, or talk to the staff about your upcoming event and they'll make food for you. There's a wide selection of salads, and don't forget Chester's chicken buckets and strips. If the occasion calls for a cake, you can have it decorated how you'd like. Call the GK Deli at 872-2206 or stop by inside the Grocery Cart in Broken Bow.
What time is it?
It's Christmas time.
What's your favorite thing to do on Christmas break?
Scoop snow with my dad.
That doesn't sound very fun.
It's easy with the razor and the blade.
Oh, well, what else do you like to do over Christmas break?
Help Grandpa check cows.
It's too cold for that to be fun.
No, Grandpa has a heated cab on his Ranger.
Where do you get all this cool stuff?
At Ackman ATV in Broken Bow.
ATVs can be hazardous to operate. Always wear a helmet, never drink and ride.
Well, a little bit quick break there in the South Loop with the basketball. Twin Loup tried to get a shot off, but it wouldn't go for Reagan Mahler. Shot put up that time by Stahlbomber off the left elbow. And Mahler with the rebound. Twin Loup the other direction. Stepping up for a three. Glidden couldn't get it to go. Rebound, Mahler up and in from about 6 feet away.
And there you go, your first, almost 2 minutes into the second quarter, our first points of this quarter.
Took a little while to get it in the first quarter, a little over close to a minute and a half before we had a bucket. And there's going to be a travel on Bierman on the pass. Just kind of took a nonchalant extra step. And Twin Loup goes the other direction.
Really haven't been a crazy amount of turnovers, despite this being the first game of the season. I've seen way more turnovers than this in games that happened at the end of a season before.
Well, we were talking about in the first quarter, there was a few, but we expected the officials to tighten it up as the game went, and they kind of have. Mahler down low, posting up, nowhere to go that time. Rodacher back at the Mahler from 18, no good. Tipped around and out of bounds off of South Loop. Last touch by Emma Stahlbomber. Blackburn's going to come back in, and Starr will sit down with 5:27 to go in the first half. 14-7 the score, Twin Loup on top. Inbounds, Mahler, three, no good. Rebound on the weak side, taken out of there by Reif. Outlet to Bierman. Twin Loup back defensively. Gets set up in the zone, works it over to Starr. Asa down low. Post up is Stahlbomber, off the mark from 5. And out of bounds, it went off the foot of Bierman on the other side after the rebound. And Twin Loup will head the other direction.
Well, Emma's trying to do the right thing. She's trying to use the glass to her advantage, but just a little bit off on some of these shots. The thing that you have to be happy about if you're the Bobcats is you're effective at getting the ball into her, and she's getting good looks.
Shot back in. She'll replace Vincent in the Twin Loup lineup. Driving the baseline was Blackburn, and she'll be fouled. Be the first foul of the second quarter on South Loop, and they're going to give that to a new player in the lineup. That's Kellen Wittoon, a junior. Checked in just recently. Down low, inbounds, shot put up, no good by Rodacher. Tipped out of bounds, though, last touch by Bierman. So Shada will trigger it in, baseline left side, call out the play. Look for somebody holding on. It has to get rid of it, and finally does. Get it out to Blackburn, but it's stolen away by Hagler. Hagler the other way, stops, gives it off to Bierman. Bierman loses control, but regains it over on the left side. Works it up top. They'll reset their offense to the high post. New player in the lineup there. We'll catch that number in a second. That is Kagan Wittoon. Shot put up no good by Bierman. The other way comes Glidden, drives the whole way, puts it up no good, but she'll draw the foul. And no fear, she just took that right at the hoop. Emma Stahlbomber going to come back in, but she's going to have to wait for a free throw. That foul will go on Asa Starr. Glidden's free throw, no good. And now Stahlbomber can check in. 14-7 the score. Twin Loup has led the entire way. It was tied at 5 apiece at one point. But it's been a 9-2 run for Twin Loup since. Second free throw no good, and the rebound cleared out of there by Starr. Gives it off to Hagler. The freshman will bring it into the forecourt. Pass intended for Bierman. She was very fortunate there, Jeremy, that Blackburn actually got a hand on it because Bierman was not looking for that pass.
No, she was looking the other direction, and that would have been a turnover for sure.
South Loup will get the break and trigger it in to the high post. Stahlbomber, her shot blocked. Glidden got a piece of it, and it's cleared out of there by Blackburn. Mahler into the forecourt, leads it ahead to Shada along the baseline, puts it up, left it short. Nice drive along the baseline. Stahlbomber brought it down, but quickly was tied up by Rodacher. On the alternating possession, it will belong to South Loup. Starr will check out. Ivy Tullis will come back in for South Loup. Still 14-7. We've only had 2 points scored in the second quarter. Bierman, the high post. That's Wattoon. Along the baseline, Bierman cut off, goes to the high post to Stahlbomber, and that one from 14 left a little short. Mahler was just going to let it go on out of bounds, but good hustle by Wattoon to try to get it, but she stepped on the line. So Twin Loup heads the other direction. 3:48 to go in the first half. Left side, Glidden working against Hagler. Puts it up from 10, no good. A foul. We'll see if it was before the shot, though. That foul's going to go on Hagler, and it was before the shot. And it'll be Shada to throw it in. That is the third team foul.
We had a substitution. The buzzer has not sounded during substitutions, I don't think, and it kind of caught us off guard the first time here tonight as Mahler makes a shot from the short corner. We had 6 players on the court at one time for Twin Loup.
Mahler makes it a 16-7 game, and now 3-ball no good by Hagler. Rebound Bierman, but then she lost it. And we'll go the other direction. Now, there's been a few technical difficulties here tonight in Callaway, and it's the first of the year. We ended up singing our own national anthem tonight. He couldn't get that to go, and in the paint, putting it up from 8, and down is Jalen Blackburn. And now it's a double-digit lead for Twin Loup, 18-7. They have scored all 6 points in this quarter. And a turnover, the pass intended for Stahlbomber through her hands, taken there by Vincent. Lead ahead to Shada, drives, posts up, puts it up, no good. Weak side rebound cleared out by Hagler. And here comes Bierman. 2:50 to go in the first half. Bierman against the zone. Over to Hagler. Hagler couldn't get it to go. Rebound Stahlbomber. Up and in. She's fouled. It'll count. And South Loup needed that badly, Jeremy. They had not scored in this quarter.
Yeah, the scoring was one thing. The nice thing they have is that their defense has only allowed 6 points in the quarter to their opponent, the Wolves. So if one side of your game is struggling, the other side needs to be there to pick you up. And both of these teams have shown that they can rely on their offense or their defense at given times. But tonight it's been mostly about the defense.
Stahlbomber's free throw, no good. Rebound brought down by Reif, who just checked in. Gets it out to Stump, who had also just checked in on that last break. Lexi Starr, who also checked in, gets the rebound. Feed out to Glidden. Glidden in the forecourt. Finds Mahler, now Glidden. Pass into the corner. Rodacher from 3, no good. They fight for the Roos ball, and it's taken out of there by Mahler. 2:20 to go in the half. Into the paint. Blackburn turnaround 10-footer, no good. Stahlbomber with the board. Outlet ahead to Tullis. Knocked away from behind by Vincent. Glidden going the other way. Takes it in, puts it up. She makes it. She's fouled. It'll count. Ivy Tullis trying to come back and get that ball. Got there a little late. Caused the foul as she was just putting it up.
And that was a good job. One of the hardest shots you can take is when somebody is chasing you down trying to get that ball while you're trying to do a simple layup, and Madison did a great job of focusing.
Missed free throw, but she went and got it herself, did Glidden. The rebound tipped away from Lexi Starr. It'll stay with Twin Loup. Lady Wolves up 20-9. Jade Bierman going to come back in. Tullis will take a seat. 2:04 to go in quarter number 2. Inbounds will go out to Glidden into the corner. Mahler drives, 12-footer, but she walked. She went with that jump stop, but it looked like she kind of moved one of the feet when she did come to that jump stop.
Now, there's a common misconception when it comes to jump stops that you have to absolutely have both of your feet come down at the same time. That is not true. The difference is, and what we saw there is, you have to be very careful about how you move your feet if that's not the case.
Driving along the baseline, Bierman cut off, tries to go across the lane, and is stolen away by Vincent. And her hands have been active, but gets it off to Mahler, who stepped on the sideline.
Well, things have we played a pretty clean first quarter. I was overall impressed by the clean quarter by both of these teams. Now it kind of seems like the shot making has turned down, and there's been a lot of turnovers lately.
Stahlbomber with a quick turn, couldn't get the 8-footer to go, and the rebound cleared out by Blackburn. Throws it ahead to Glidden, and she'll double dribble. She wanted to get it ahead to Vincent, but Reif hustled back and got in that passing lane, and Glidden decided not to make the pass, but by that time it was too late.
Well, this is a big minute 36 if you're South Loop. You got to get a couple of buckets to go here. Keep it within 10 at the half. Not let this one slip away here late in the first half.
Bierman gets it down low to Reif, back out to Bierman, back down to Reif. Posting up, nowhere to go, back out to Bierman for a 3, no good. And a good inside position from Mahler. Outlet ahead to Glidden. Glidden controls, works it over to Mahler, and Jackie Lewis will take a timeout, I believe.
Now, inadvertent whistle, I believe.
Yeah, I think the official thought she had called timeout, and she's kind of looking at him like, huh?
We need a first game of the year bingo card. We could check a lot of boxes off here in Callaway tonight.
Glidden with the travel. Good defense along the baseline that time from Asa Starr. Would not let her get past her. And on the lean, she's called for the walk. Hagler into the forecourt. Close to a minute to go. Just a little over. Stahlbomber turns, couldn't get the 10-footer. Tipped out of bounds, last touched by Hagler. And with exactly a minute remaining, Twin Loop goes the other direction.
And again, here late in the quarter, no shot clock displayed here in Callaway. They were having some technical difficulties with that.
But we haven't had any issue of using it so far. Glidden for a 3, no good. Rebound Stahlbomber trying to rip it away. A reach-in foul, I believe, is going to be called on Mahler.
And that's tough if you're Reagan Mahler, because by my mark, that's her second. And she's one of your main offensive threats on the Twin Loop side. Just kind of came in a little bit too late when the rebound had already been secured.
Nobody really in foul trouble. And by the way, Twin Loop would be in the 1-and-1 on the next South Loop foul. 30 seconds remaining here in the half. Mahler gets it over to Glidden, back over to Mahler. Mahler on the drive, 12-foot runner, left it short, pulled out of there by Stahlbomber.
No such thing as 1-and-1 anymore with the new rules, though.
That's right, you're right.
Completely gone.
Yep. It would be the 2-shot opportunity.
Yep, that's the rule that is the same as last year. You're doing, at 5 fouls and beyond, you're doing 2 shots the whole rest of the way, and fouls reset each quarter. They did away with the 1-and-1 completely. So whether it's a shooting foul or 5 or more fouls in the quarter, we see 2 shots the rest of the way, and that's on display here.
Yeah, Bierman's going to be called for her first, so that will put Rodacher to the line to shoot 2. Yeah, it took me to the second game last year to say that 1-and-1 situation, and yeah, I kind of forgot about that. 21-9 the score, so it only took game 1 for clarity this year. Rodacher's second one on the way. That one's good. And biggest lead of the night for Twin Loop. They're up 22-9, 15.4 to go here in the quarter. Hagler, lead ahead, tipped away and run down by Mahler. Mahler outlets to Rodacher, ahead to Glidden. Glidden, she double dribbled. Had the right hand that just couldn't quite get control of it. The left-hander had it in her right hand, and she kind of lost it, went with both hands and that extra step. So 3.7 remaining, and a quick timeout going to be taken by South Loop. We'll take it with them, 22-9 here in Callaway.
The changing seasons are generally welcomed with open arms, but not in our homes. With the help of Mead Lumber, you can keep the chilly air where it belongs. Upgrading your home's insulation not only conserves energy and lowers your heating and cooling costs, it makes for better living with improved air quality, health, and warmth. Work with those who have pride in a highly trained team to help with your building and projects. The crew at Mead Lumber. Also, be sure to visit meadlumber.com soon.
Are you afraid of falling? Team Physical Therapy can help. 872-5111. Good balance is essential for a healthy, active life. Team Physical Therapy is here to help you stay healthy, improve your balance, and keep you active. 872-5111. Our highly trained physical therapist will design a personalized plan for you to help you improve your stability, decrease risk of falling, and get you back to doing what you love. Don't let that balance issue keep you at home, or if it does, we can come to you. Call Team Physical Therapy 872-5111.
And we come back to Callaway, 22-9 the score. Twin Loup on top, South Loup to throw it in with 3.7 remaining. They'll throw it in from about half court, and they're going to line up completely over on the left side here and run the play. They'll lead it ahead to Hagler. Going to have to get the shot up. Stahlbomber gets it, puts it up at the buzzer. It's left short and would not have counted anyway. We've played one half here in Callaway. Your score, Twin Loup 22, South Loup 9. We'll be back with halftime stats and more. After this, you're listening to 95.3 KBBN.
This week at Geared for Sports, their gift is a sweet treat. Draw a candy cane to see what savings you'll get. Between 15 and 30% off. You'll find a great variety of fanwear, sportswear, and sports equipment. Only excluding GCI chairs. Geared for Sports is open Monday to Friday 10 to 6, Saturday 10 to 4, and now on Sundays noon to 4 through Christmas. Visit them to pick a candy cane and save this week. Geared for Sports, west side of the square in Broken Bow.
Sargent Irrigation may be known worldwide, but their roots are right here in central Nebraska, something they are very proud of. They hire right here in the heartland and know their success is due to those quality employees. As a way of showing support for the community, Sargent Irrigation sponsors high school sports broadcasts, so those unable to attend can follow the action. Enjoy the broadcast, sponsored in part by Sargent Irrigation in Broken Bow.
This broadcast is brought to you by Melham Medical Center in Broken Bow, where we deliver caring and comprehensive health care right here, close to home. The specialty clinic brings our residents access to the area's most experienced physicians in cardiology, general surgery, obstetrics and gynecology, orthopedics, and more. Partnering with you to inspire healthy living through quality care. Melham Medical Center in Broken Bow.
The student athletes you're cheering on during this broadcast practice and study in order to get their competition and schoolwork done right. At Trotter Service, they do the same, except with your vehicle repairs. Whether you need a new battery, brake work and alignment, tires, wheels, or an overhaul, trust their auto repair specialists to tackle the job. Don't forget bulk oil and fuel delivery and on-the-farm tire truck service too. Proud to help bring you this broadcast, Trotter Service in Broken Bow.
Acquiring a lush green lawn is a lot of work. Worry no more. A2Z Lawn Pro's fertilizer program is the solution to ease your mind and lessen your work. Any time of the season is a good time to start. Eliminate weeds, strengthen your grass, and even keep bugs away with liquid fertilizer treatments mixed with micronutrients for a recipe that works specifically in this area. 30 years of experience. 308-870-1762 for A to Z Lawn Pro. That's A to Z Lawn Pro at 870-1762.
This is Chip with Nebraska Owners Insurance in Callaway and Broken Bow. The insurance industry is in a crazy place right now, and I understand your premiums are going up and deductibles are increasing. If you are looking to re-quote your current insurance or just have questions regarding coverage options, Nebraska Owners Insurance can help. With many ag carriers to choose from, I can provide farm, ranch, property, and liability coverage as well as pivot, livestock, and crop policies. Contact me today at Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency in Callaway or Broken Bow. I look forward to working with you.
Thrivent is proud to support the area teams as they work hard to achieve their goals. Representative Scott Harvey wants to help you with your financial goals by creating a strategy that reflects your priorities and protects what matters most to you. For insurance, investments, or planning for retirement, call Scott Harvey and Thrivent Financial at 308-872-2511. 22-9 here at halftime. Twin Loup on top of South Loup. And with your first half numbers, here's Jeremy Shipe.
Thank you, Larry. Let's start with the visiting Twin Loup Wolves. Outscored South Loup 12-7 in the first and 10-2 in the second. They were led in scoring by Reagan Mahler with 8. Had 6 total players get into the scorebook scoring-wise there in the first half. Certainly something that the Wolves really like having happen here in the opening game of the season. 4 points put in by Gracie Rodacher, 3 for Carson Vincent and Lexi Starr, 2 apiece for Jalen Blackburn and Madison Glidden to round out the scoring. Free throws, 5 of 8 from the free throw line for the Twin Loup Wolves, 9 turnovers, 18 rebounds to their opponent's 17. So you look at the turnovers and the rebounds, things pretty even when it comes to that. Scoring, really the only thing that's a major difference between these two teams here at the half. Real quick, looking at the South Loup scoring, Emma Stahlbaumer has been the one taking the most shots, and naturally she's the one with the most points for the Bobcats with 8. Reif put in 1 point from the free throw line there in the first quarter. So again, here at the half, it's 22-9 in favor of the visiting Twin Loup Wolves. Kind of dominating on the offensive side of the ball. It's really been a tight defensive game for both of these teams. Just less shots falling for South Loop's offense.
Yeah, and you kind of get this feeling that South Loup, the Lady Bobcats, need to look maybe for some other points. Emma Stahlbaumer's kind of just carried him, but they have not been able to find any other offense than trying to go to her in that high post.
Yeah, finding an efficient way for her to distribute the ball out of the post is going to be certainly a discussion that South Loup has at the half. They're really collapsing in on her. Because she's so tall, she's able to hold the ball up above everybody and get a good quality shot. But the way this game is going, 22-9, you might start, like you said, to search for some points elsewhere. Maybe get a 10 or 11-foot jumper for one of your teammates out there if you're Emma. So just kind of a quick glance around and maybe a dish back out to the three-point line. See if you can hit a couple and get this into double digits on the scoreboard for South Loup.
And we've seen a lot of defense create offense, especially on the Twin Loup side tonight.
Yeah, certainly.
And that's we're going to come back. We'll get you ready for the third quarter. 22-9, Twin Loup on top of South Loup. You're listening to high school basketball on 95.3.
Gateway Motors, happening now through January 2nd. Right now is the perfect time to upgrade to a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram vehicle. Their helpful staff is excited to show you why there's never been a better opportunity to drive home the car, SUV, or truck you've always wanted. Whether you're seeking luxury, performance, or pure capability, Gateway Motors has the vehicle to match your needs. Hurry in before January 2nd and wrap up the year in style with a brand new ride.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Hi, this is Nate Bell with High Street Insurance and Financial Services in Broken Bow. See us online at hsip.com. See possible.
Just as student athletes have strength in the classroom and in competition, Taylor Heating and Cooling is strong in both repairs and installation. For residential or commercial projects or new construction, call Taylor Heating and Cooling at 308-872-6196. They offer financing and are proud to offer high-quality service to go hand-in-hand with the reliable products they install, whether parts or new units. Serving Broken Bow and beyond in central Nebraska. Taylor Heating and Cooling.
Life is better with American Family Insurance because our agents provide specialized local expertise to help you get the right coverage at the right price. We understand that farming and ranching is at the heart of what you do, and we want to help protect what you've worked so hard for. Let's build the policy your farm and ranch deserves.
Visit Justin Thompson Agency or call 308-872-5252.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Moonlight Custom Screen Print and Embroidery is proud to help bring you this sports coverage. When you partner with Moonlight, you're choosing the company that offers the highest quality inks as their standard way of printing. Since 1999, Moonlight has partnered with community events, school groups, sports teams, and more to design, print, and sell awesome screen print, embroidery, and vinyl items. Located in Kearney, serving fellow Central Nebraskans. Visit MoonlightCustomPrinting.com. Everything looks better by Moonlight. Radio coverage of the Twin Loup Wolves is brought to you by the Twin Loup Boosters, whose members include Don and Sue Shada, Dow's Farms LLC, Erickson Law Office, Bensky Farms, First National Bank, Govier Brothers Mortuary, Grint Farm Supply, Hamilton Communications, Hermsmeyer Agronomy, Hilltop Ranch, James and Janice Barron, Joe and Cindy Horkey, Casey and I KBBN Radio, Krause Angus Ranch, and the Morgan Ranch. Enjoy the broadcast, brought to you in part by the Twin Loup Boosters.
Looking to upgrade your home's exterior? Custer County Exteriors has you covered. From seamless gutters to durable siding, soffit, or fascia, their experts will make your home look great and protect it from all the elements. Quality work, reliable service, lasting results. Contact Nate at 402-641-3246, locally owned and operated, Custer County Exteriors. 22-9 the score as we get you ready for the third quarter. Twin Loup on top in this one. So we've already talked a little bit about South Loup needing to get some scoring other than from Emma Stahlbaumer, but how quick do they need to get themselves back into this game, Jeremy?
Well, their defense is going to allow them to not have to panic about it, right? So they're playing good defense. 22 points, while on the comparison between their opponent, 22 points looks like a lot, but in a lot of basketball games, it's not really that many. So they just got to keep playing tough defense, and they can get back in this one just like that.
Muller shot blocked, but right there to put it back in, Gracie Rodacher, and extends the lead to 15 at 24-9.
And sometimes the ball just bounces right to your opponent like that.
And that's actually, it worked that it got deflected because then it came right to Rodacher. Otherwise, it might have bounced off and went to a South Loup player. Up top, it'll be Glidden for a three, no good. They crash the boards, and Stahlbaumer will come away with it for South Loup. Outlet to Reif. Reif leads it ahead for Bierman. Bierman into the forecourt, works the right side. 2-3 zone, it's worked all night for Twin Loup. And from the left side, Ray Hagler will put it down from 15, 24-11, and that's the points we were talking about South Loup needs. They need to get some outside points. Blackburn, double team, gets it off to Glidden. High post, they work it over to Vincent. Along the baseline, shot put up by Rodacher, blocked and out of bounds off Nelcha Wright. Inbounds it'll go from the corner. Carson Vincent gets it into Glidden. Glidden on the run. Out to Mahler, long three, off balance, no good, and the rebound cleared out by Hagler. Leads it ahead to Bierman. We played a minute 20 into the third quarter. Nice lead ahead to Stahlbaumer. Couldn't get the shot to go. Rebound, though, to South Loup, and a foul on the follow. Asa Starr came up with the rebound, or check that. Jade Bierman with the rebound, and she is fouled by Madison Glidden. That'll be her second. Team foul number 1 here in the third quarter on Twin Loup. Bierman's free throw, no good. And both teams, they have to take advantage when they get their opportunity at the line. Bierman will have a second.
Glidden with 2 fouls and Mahler with 2 fouls for Twin Loup. Those are the only fouls committed by the Wolves in this game.
Bierman makes the second. Cuts the lead down to 12, 24-12. Glidden into the forecourt. Works it over to Mahler, into the corner. Blackburn now up top to Mahler. Lob over to the other side on the skip to Glidden. Glidden on the run into the paint. And a reach-in foul going to be called on Ray Hagler.
Yeah, Hagler kind of had her arm right around the neck area of Glidden. And when she went to cut inside, that arm kind of did a little bit more damage than it was originally.
On the run, that's going to be Glidden with the walk. Moved the pivot foot on the start of that drive. So South Loup with an opportunity to cut it to 10 or even get it down to single digits with the three-pointer here. Bierman, left side, works it over to Hagler, now up top. They work it to the high post to Stahlbomber. Hagler had a 10-footer, couldn't get it to go. Stahlbomber's follow, no good. Tipped out of bounds, it'll stay with South Loup.
Well, I really like that pass by Stahlbomber over to Hagler. That was a touch pass. Twin Loop's defense was all over her. She touch passed it out, and they get a good quality look.
Inbounds, knocked away, retrieved though by Starr, puts it up. From the left side was Rife, and the rebound will go to Twin Loop, and a foul will be whistled on Emma Stahlbomber. That's her second. Second team foul on South Loup this quarter. 24-12 to score. Carson Vincent, a three. Would not go, and the rebound on the weak side by Glidden puts it up, no good, and that may be another one on Stahlbomber, either her or Starr, and I think Starr is actually going to get this one.
So 3 players with 2 fouls each for South Loup and 2 players with 2 fouls each for Twin Loop. Those are the only players that are even remotely in any kind of foul trouble, but here almost midway through the third quarter, wouldn't consider it foul trouble.
Glidden, nothing but the net on the free throw, makes it. Tullis will come in. Hagler will sit down. 25-12 to score. Glidden puts it up and in. 26-12.
Good to see her go 2 for 2 at the line that trip. She was 0 for 3 in the second quarter.
Bierman will bring it across the center line. Neither team has put pressure on in the backcourt. Into the low post, putting it up, and couldn't get it to go was Nelsa Rife. And the rebound taken out of there by Mahler. It's got Vincent ahead. Finds her, puts it up, and no good. Couldn't get the shot to go. Rebound fought for him. Bierman comes away with it. And then I believe Vincent, trying to get there, fell over the top of her. And she'll get the foul. So fouls piling up pretty quickly here in the third quarter. That's just the first one on Vincent.
Pretty typical for us to see that too. First game of the season, you get into the second half, you're a little more tired, maybe your arms are moving around, and you're certainly not landing and moving as spryly as you were in the first half.
15-footer put up no good by Bierman. The rebound, Starr couldn't get the follow to go. Stahlbomber the board. Gets it out to Bierman. She can't get it to go. Got her own board. 12-footer too strong. And another rebound offensively by South Loup. Tullis trying to get it over to Starr, and it goes off her foot, out of bounds. South Loup with 4 or 5 opportunities, but an empty possession.
Yeah, they're just kind of pumping up the rebounding stats that trip down, but you know, they would like just maybe 1 rebound and 2 points if they could.
26-12 to score. It'll be Blackburn for a 3. The freshman in her first ever game knocks down a 3 from the corner, and it's the largest lead of the game, 29-12 in favor of Twin Loop. Tullis on the left wing, and it's stolen away by Glidden. Glidden 1-on-3, takes it in, but she's out in front, puts it up, and she'll draw the foul. And I don't know if they've noticed it yet, but the net needs to be fixed before the free throws.
Should fix that before the free throw.
That they haven't noticed it yet. Now, there we go.
The official underneath the basket did notice it. The far side official did. Now we're good.
And that'll put Glidden to the line to shoot 2. Foul was called on Ivy Tullis. That's her second. Next one, by the way, will put Twin Loop in the bonus for the rest of the quarter. 4:31 remaining in the quarter. They're up 30-12.
And the way they've been playing aggressive, that could be a problem for South Loup in trying to get back into this one. They would like that script to be flipped the other direction.
Glidden makes both of them. She's done well at the charity stripe. 31-12 to score. Starr, high post to Stahlbomber, off the heel of the iron, and a rebound. And a tie-up. And Stahlbomber might have got lucky there because She went over, but she's got the long arms that she can actually go over and get the ball cleanly. It'll stay with South Loup as she and Rodock are tied up. Starr will trigger it in. Asa will get it in to Reif. Open for a 10-footer, good. South Loup puts that one down. That ends a 7-0 run for Twin Loup, 31-14. Bounce in the corner. There's Blackburn for another three. That might have been partially tipped. Rebound to Stahlbomber. And a tie-up situation. So it'll stay with Twin Loup. That was Mahler who reached in and tied up Stahlbomber. So Twin Loup will toss it in. Inbounds will go to Mahler, driving to the hole. Couldn't get it to go. And Bierman on the weak side will clear it out. She'll go to the dribble. Cross the timeline, center court. 3:53 remaining in the third. Ball tipped away from her, and then another tie-up. Vincent and Stahlbomber, and it will stay with South Loup. They'll throw it in, baseline left side. It'll be Asa Starr. Looks, lobs it in, gets it into Bierman. Working against Vincent, who knocked it away momentarily, and now it's stolen away by Glidden. Glidden in, puts it up, got it to go, she's fouled. Madison Glidden coming on strong here in this third quarter.
She's really doing a good job of getting in those passing lanes and then making quick work of it the other direction. She's got 6 points, going to be going to the line to look for her 7th after the timeout.
Timeout on the court, 33-14. Glidden will try to complete the three-point play. This broadcast is brought to you by First State Insurance in Arnold. Becky and Taylor salute the dedication of the student athletes, both in the classroom and on the court. They're cheering on the South Loup Bobcats and all the area participants. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to 95.3.
Pharmacy in Callaway is proud to be a sponsor of this sports broadcast. They support all the area athletes and are pleased to be a part of the South Loup Bobcat community. Their pharmacy provides knowledge on what is best for you and your family members. Stop in and talk to them today. South Loup Pharmacy in Callaway, knowing you by name, not just a refill number.
The Callaway District Hospital, along with the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics, love supporting the community and are happy to be able to help bring you this sports broadcast. The Callaway District Hospital and Medical Clinics delight in serving the area with their public transportation service. Call 308-212-0464 to schedule a ride today. Areas served and destinations requested will be evaluated on a first-come, first-served basis. Cheering on the area athletes from the Callaway District Hospital and the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics.
3:41 to go here in the third quarter, 33-14. Glidden trying to complete the three-point play, and she does. Makes the free throw. It is 34-14. Twin Loup, the biggest lead of the ball game. They have outscored them 12 to 5 here in this third quarter. Bierman from the left side knocks down a 15-footer.
Good answer.
34-16, feet ahead quickly to Vincent. Finds Blackburn on the opposite side. That was a good look to find the freshman. She knocks down a 5-footer to make it 20 again at 36-16. Off the left side, feed into the paint for Reif. Out top, Glidden almost got another steal. And now Bierman and a 3-second violation. Second of the night against South Loup. And it will turn it over and give it back to the Lady Wolves.
It's really easy as a post player when the ball is moving around the perimeter to just kind of get caught standing, right? You get down there inside of the lane. You're watching your teammates work it around. You're trying to find an angle to make yourself available, but you forget to step out of that painted area.
With the basketball up top, it's Rodocker over for Vincent, knocked away by Hagler, and it'll belong to Twin Loup. Right in front of the Twin Loup bench, it'll be Vincent to toss it in. Glidden on the drive, running 10-footer, got it. Boy, she's been hot this quarter. Madison Glidden on fire. It's 38-16.
9 in the quarter, 11 in the game.
Off the left side, controlling the basketball, Hagler. Now up top, Starr to the high post for Stahlbaumer. Back out to Hagler, and she'll knock down the 18-footer. The freshman with the open look put it home, 38-18. On the drive, there's Glidden again. Her 17-footer no good. Rebound Rodacher. Back out to Mahler. Mahler off the glass, no good from long range. Rebound Glidden trying to put it up, and no go, and a tie-up situation. And it will stay, I believe, with Twin Loup.
But Madison Glidden took an entire forearm across the throat down under the rim. No call on that one. It's getting physical out there. Let's put it that way.
Kagan Watum will check into the lineup. The inbounds pass intended for Mahler, knocked away by Hagler. It'll stay with Twin Loup in front of their bench. Inbounds will go up top to Glidden. Glidden on the drive, puts it up, no good, but she'll draw the foul. This will go against Bierman.
I'll tell you what, Madison Glidden is going to be a dangerous player for teams to defend if she remains this aggressive throughout the season. She's keeping her dribble with her outside arm and applying pressure by curling into the basket and putting the official in a position where they have to make a decision on whether they're going to blow the whistle or not.
One of her few missed free throws. She was around the rim, but it rimmed out. She'll have a second one. Minute 59 to go. Quarter number 3, 38-18, Twin Loup. And that'll make it 39-18 as she makes the second. Inbounds will go to Reif. Feed ahead to Hagler. Out at the volleyball line. They'll get it over to Starr, left side. New player in the lineup putting up that shot from 15. That's Aaron Fitzgerald. Follow up by Reif, no good. It hung up there for a while. And everybody waited for the rebound. It was pulled out of there by Rodacher. Here comes Twin Loup. Mahler up top. Works the right side, gets a screen. Back over to Rodacher. Now Glidden. Glidden pushing to the corner for Blackburn. Back out to Glidden. Fitzgerald on her. Now it's Mahler back over to Glidden. Glidden with the quick step. Running 12-footer. In and out, no good. Rebound to Vincent. And what's the call? Jump ball again. And it'll go over to South Loop. So the Lady Bobcats will toss it in. Don't forget we've got the boys game to follow here on 95.3 between South Loop and Twin Loop. High post, Reif open for a 12-footer. It would not go for her. Taken out of there defensively by Blackburn. Mahler into the forecourt. Left side for Glidden. Glidden looking for a cutter. Goes to the dribble. Now over to Blackburn for a three. It's partially blocked. And out of bounds, last touched by Rodacher. So it'll go over to South Loop. Kellen Watum will come back into the lineup, junior. And Reif will take a seat. Hagler will bring it across the timeline center court. Works it left side. Fitzgerald on the dribble. Working against Vincent. Now over to Starr from 19. Just a little off the mark, but the rebound to Hagler. Finds Fitzgerald. Cut off. Starr up top. 25 seconds to go in the quarter. Back over to the right side. Watum with the 19-footer. No good. And the weak side rebound cleared out of there by Mahler. Mahler into the forecourt. Under 15 seconds to go in the quarter. Delayed dribble. Takes it in. Puts it up. No good. But she'll draw the foul and shoot a pair. And we'll see. I believe they'll get that one on Asa Starr. That'll be her third. So senior Reagan Mahler didn't start as a freshman, but played quite a bit. She's been a part of this Twin Loup team for a long time. Makes the first. It's 40-18. Into the lineup for the first time tonight, Tyra Brestel, a junior. Second free throw, no good. Long rebound. Brestel does a good job of clearing out the shooter for South Loop. Over to Fitzgerald, three-pointer off the mark with 2 seconds to go, and that's going to be the end of the quarter. After three here in Callaway, your score, Twin Loup 40, South Loop 18. You're listening to the Thunderbird.
Electric in Ansley is a proud supporter of this broadcast and area high school sports action. Playing hard throughout the season takes a lot of work, and Todd salutes that dedication. Any electrical work you need done right the first time deserves a free estimate from Central Nebraska Electric. Call them at 750-6458. That's Central Nebraska Electric in Ansley, sponsoring this broadcast and wishing area teams good luck this season.
For your holiday meals, find your ingredients at the Callaway Market. They pride themselves on offering their customers some awesome deals. Their Good Buys program keeps prices low. All of their steaks and roasts are age-certified Angus and super tasty. So when you're piecing together that holiday meal, remember the fresh produce, quality meats, and affordable prices you'll find at the Callaway Market. Open 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. Monday to Saturday and Sundays from 11 until 5. The Callaway Market, cheering on the South Loop Bobcats.
Your friends at Clang Financial are honored to help with any of your health and life insurance questions, as well as any retirement planning needs you may have. Reach them at 308-872-6810. Clang Financial, downtown Broken Bow at 940 South D Street. Start of the fourth quarter, driving all the way to the hoop, going to the opposite side and laying it home. Nice move by Reagan Mahler.
Well, last quarter, South Loop had their best offensive output. The problem is, so did their opponent, outscoring them 17-9.
Three-ball shot up, no good by Starr. That's Asa Starr. Rebounded by Lexi Starr, who's back in there for Twin Loup. Both teams with their original starting fives to begin the final quarter. With it along the baseline, Rodacher, quick move, reverse, put it up and partially blocked by Stahlbomber. Might have had a better opportunity on the right side instead of going underneath. Reif will get it ahead. Higler will bring it across the timeline at the 7:15 mark. Work it over to Starr. Ball tipped away, and there's Glidden. Glidden out in front of everybody, but slipped and fell.
Ouch. Hit that left elbow hard.
Yeah. I don't think, did they call a foul?
Yes, they did. It's the fourth on Bierman.
So they're going to say that Bierman bumped her, and that'll be her first team foul of the fourth quarter. Into the forecourt. Mahler will work it to the right side. Give off to Rodacher along the baseline, and again she'll go underneath and hook it up and in. This time nobody was on the opposite side, and that opens up a 44-18 lead for Twin Loup. Tullis across the timeline. Works it over to the left side. High post. Reif open from 15. It will not go. Tipped around and controlled by Tullis. And I think Tullis, yes, she had a foot on the line. Tried to wisely knock it off of Glidden, but could not do so. Here comes Twin Loup. Again, no backcourt pressure. We have not seen that from either team all night long, but they are extending the half court. Is South Loop. Glidden with the step. 15-foot runner is good.
It's just that kind of night for Madison Glidden. The shots have been falling here in the second half.
Well, once Twin Loup got the double-digit lead, they have just gradually continued to move it forward, and now another steal. Glidden comes up with the ball ahead to Mahler. 6:02 to go in the game. Mahler along the right side, cut off nicely by Starr. They get it to Vincent. Vincent may have moved the wrong foot, but no whistle. Gets it off now to Glidden. Glidden on the runner. 12-footer, good. Used the glass. And it's now 48-18, the largest lead of the night for Twin Loup.
I think Glidden's got that runner more dialed in than about any other part of her offensive output. When she puts that up, I'm just convinced it's going to go in each time.
Starr with the miss, and again, here comes Twin Loup. Mahler up top into the corner for Rodacher, down low for Lexi Starr. Working against Stahlbomber, puts it up, couldn't get it to go. Rebound fought for and retrieved by Vincent. Gets it to Starr, but Vincent called for the walk. And here comes a couple of replacements in for South Loop. Shada will come back in. Ella Schweitzer Jr. will check into the lineup. South Loop comes the other way. 2-3 zone. They have played it all night, has Twin Loup, and it's been effective. There's been some looks on the edges for South Loup, but they have not continually been able to make them. But there, Ray Hagler makes it from 19, had a foot over the line. 2-pointer, 48-20. Mahler into the forecourt. Works it left side for Shada. Back to Mahler, and Mahler being rode a little bit by Asa Starr.
Her fourth.
Her fourth, so she and Bierman with 4. Only the second team foul of the fourth quarter. The Twin Loup, though, they push the issue, and that's how those fouls occur. Mahler got great inside position and put it off the glass for 2. On the inbounds, it's 50-20.
She's got 12 in the game, 4 of those here in the second half.
Stump will work it over to Starr, and Asa Starr with the miss. Pulled down by Lexi Starr for Twin Loup. Mahler off the left side, drives all the way in, puts it up off the side of the glass, no good. They fight for the rebound, and a scrum ensues, and it will go to South Loup. Checking in, Evelyn Wanch, first time tonight, sophomore for South Loup. 4:16 remaining here in the ballgame. Don't forget we've got the boys to follow. Wanch up top for Wattoon. They get it to Stahlbomber from 15. It will not fly. Rebound fought for, last touch by South Loup. It was Kagan Wattoon last touch. So here comes Twin Loup the other way. Mahler across the timeline, along the baseline, cut off there. Back out to Shada, down low, nice pass into Lexi Starr. Shot blocked, got it back, put it up, no good. Rebound, Schweitzer couldn't get it to go, and it's cleared out of there by Wattoon. Kagan will outlet to Hagler. Works it right side, Stump, bounce into the paint for Stahlbomber, and a push on Lexi Starr. 3:34 remaining here in the game. Reminder, this sports broadcast is brought to you by Four County Heating and Air. Owners Brian and Austin serve the area with more than 20 years of a combined experience in the industry. Call for a free estimate and timely service. Four County Heating and Air in Broken Bow, 872-2258. Missed shot at the South Loop end. Twin Loup with the basketball. Give off to Mahler, running 12-footer, couldn't get it to go. Stahlbomber with the rebound, a reach in, and I think they're going to get a foul on Lorena Shada.
Yeah, they're going to come in and say she got a little bit too much arm, but Lorena did exactly what you're supposed to do when a post player brings the basketball down. If you're Emma Stahlbomber, you got to keep that thing up. It's just natural to want to bring it down low, but that's where all those Wolves are literally clawing at the basketball.
Three-pointer on the way, no good from Wanch. The rebound to Starr. Lexi will outlet to Mahler. To Shada, tipped by Hagler as the pass was intended for Vincent. And it will stay with Twin Loup. 2:53 remaining. Twin Loup has been in charge since the late portion of the second quarter. Shada finds Mahler. Mahler back down to Shada, puts it up, in and out, no good. That was a nice give and go. Rebound taken out of there by Stahlbomber. Feeds it ahead for Hagler. Works it over to the right side for Stump. Into the paint, Stahlbomber, post up, blocked by Starr. Rebounded out of there by Stump, but then taken away by Shada. Lorena Shada will bring it into the forecourt for the Lady Wolves. 2:15 remaining here in the game. And what do we have? A foul away from the ball.
Moving screen.
Yep. Will go against Twin Loup. So South Loop goes the other way. New players into the lineup. Starr back in. Bierman back in. Stahlbomber. Also Hagler. And Wattoon for South Loop. We'll check Twin Loup. New player in there right now is Allie Smith, a freshman. On the drive, they'll give it out for a three-pointer. No good from Hagler. And the rebound, Smith tied up with Asa Starr. Also in there right now, Macy Smith, a sophomore for Twin Loup on the alternating possession. It will go the Lady Wolves' way. Shada will bring it across the timeline. They'll meet her at half court. Bierman comes out. Shada holds it up, looking for someone to give to. Finds Mahler. Mahler working against Asa Starr. Mahler back up top for Allie Smith. Allie had it knocked away by Hagler, and then a reach in. As Smith was able to retrieve it, Hagler will be called for the foul. Just the third team foul, third personal on the freshman Ray Hagler. Minute 42 remaining. Inbounds goes to Schweitzer. Schweitzer to the left hand, drives in the paint, had it knocked away. Got it back, though, as she hustled through. Gets it off to Mahler. She'll launch a three. Off the iron, no good. Rebound shot, a fall away, no good. Taken out of there by Asa Starr. Minute 25 to go. Bierman into the forecourt. Goes to the top of the key, left side. Hagler now to the high post. Stahlbaumer back out top. Starr for a three. That will not fall. And the rebound goes out of bounds. It'll belong to Twin Loup with 1:12 remaining and a whole new 5 coming in for South Loup. Into the lineup. Bristol back in. Also, for the first time tonight, Olivia Fitzgerald, a freshman. We'll check some of the other numbers. Charlie Pandorf, a sophomore in the lineup. Aaron Fitzgerald also has come back into the lineup, as well as Kaylin Wattoon, and now travel called on Allie Smith. And with under a minute remaining, we'll go the other direction for South Loup. Fitzgerald, this is Aaron Fitzgerald. Left side with the basketball controlling Charlie Pandorf. Now the shot up and in. It's a three. Knocking it down, Olivia Fitzgerald. Her first points as a high school basketball player. 50-23. Shada on the run. Takes it down the right side. Puts it up. No good. She'll draw the foul and will shoot a pair. That foul will go on Charlie Pandorf. And junior Lorena Shada will go to the line to shoot two. 35.8 remaining. This one has long been in the books. Twin Loup with the 27-point lead. The free throw, no good.
It's been kind of a steady build for Twin Loup. I feel like they improved on things through each quarter here this evening, and that's exactly what you want to see in your first game of the season.
Second one is no good, but I think we may see another one.
Yeah, South Loup player Allie Smith as well for Twin Loup, as well as Fitzgerald for South Loup, broke that three-point line right behind Shada.
So Shada's going to get another shot. She wasn't sure if she was going to get it, but she goes, okay, you're going to give it to me? I'll shoot it. Puts it up and no good. Rebound cleared out of there. Kaylin Wattoon gives off to Aaron Fitzgerald. Under 30 remaining. Off the left side, Pandorf for three. It would not fall. Rebound down low for South Loup. Wattoon trying to get it somewhere and finally gets it out to Bristol. They work it over to Olivia Fitzgerald. Now Bristol bounced to the high point, or she gets the ball, now knocked away and stolen away by Shada. Shada will hold it up out top. They may just hold for the game. She'll drive inside, down to 1 second to go. Launches one, but it was after the buzzer, and that is your final. Twin Loup with an impressive win, a gritty defensive effort here tonight in Callaway. Twin Loup over South Loup, 50-23. We'll take a look at the final numbers right after this. You're listening to 95.3.
AgriBest Feeds in Callaway has the ranching supplies you need and are looking for, like Sweet Pro Tubs with probiotin that helps cattle perform better while consuming up to 25% less forage. They also have Redmond mineral salt, Aeroquip chutes, and portable tub alley systems, plus vet supplies, pet and poultry feed, and dry shod boots. Sometimes the ATV or UTV is the way you want to go. They have drive-through gates ideal for the farm, ranch, hunting lease, and more. For fencing, barbed wire, posts, and more, visit Agribest Feeds behind the Community Center in Callaway.
There's a new tomorrow on the other side of the horizon. There are promises to honor, work that needs to be done, friendships to enjoy, and people that count on each other. These are the things that tie our communities together. They always have, and they always will. Build your tomorrow with a bank you can rely on. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Supplying their customers with quality companies and service that will allow them the comfort of knowing that Arnold Insurance Agency cares about their financial well-being. That's the mission of Arnold Insurance Agency. They're proud to help fellow Nebraskans prepare for the unexpected. With locations in Arnold, Brady, Cozad, Grant, Mullen, and North Platte. Go see their family to take care of yours. Visit them online at arnoldins.com or stop by. Arnold Insurance Agency, proud to help bring you this sports coverage featuring our amazing area student athletes.
Trotters Woe and Go in Sargent is your one-stop shop for whenever you're on the go, and they're proud to support area teams by sponsoring this broadcast. Whether it's a tasty treat or snack you're looking for, or something to quench your thirst, make your stop at Trotters Woe and Go in Sargent when you're passing through. They'd be happy to serve you and get you filled up and back on the road. Trotters Woe and Go in Sargent, sponsors of this broadcast and supporters of all area sports teams.
Mills Hardware is proud to support the local athletes. From painting to tools, sporting goods to office supplies, Mills Hardware is the place to go. Always remember, if they don't have it, they will try to get it for you. They have 155 different suppliers that they work with and offer services like hunting, fishing, and park permits, key making, and more. They thank you for your continued patronage of their store. You're very important to them. Thank you from the Mills Hardware and Feed team.
Crash, boom, bang. All sounds you never want to hear coming from your vehicle. A1 Auto Repair in Arnold is prepared to fix or prevent those sounds. If you're in need of auto and light truck service and repair, give Josh a call, 848-2542. That's 848-2542. It all starts with diagnosing the problem, then working to get you back on the road quickly with a vehicle you can depend on. A1 Auto Service in Arnold, proud sponsors of this broadcast and high school sports.
Lodi Seed Service, LLC, your trusted channel seedsman, now serving the Callaway area. They are proud to bring you this sports broadcast. Why choose them? High-quality channel seeds, expertise tailored to your farm, local knowledge paired with global resources, and, of course, unmatched customer service. To get on the path to achieving your farming goals or exceeding them, contact Abe Hinman or T.R. Anderson with Lodi Seed Services, sponsors of this sports broadcast.
Radio coverage of the Twin Loop Wolves is brought to you by the Twin Loop Boosters, whose members include Ortville's Repair, Pine View Ranch, Prairie Thunder Game Birds, Rybert's Chiropractic, Sargent Chamber of Commerce, Sargent Corner Market, Sargent Insurance Agency, Speltz Lumber Company, Stars Wildlife Inn, Stoll, Gavecki, and Piskorski PC, and Taylor Storage. Enjoy the broadcast, brought to you in part by the Twin Loop Boosters.
And we come back here to Callaway. Final score 50-23 as Twin Loop gets the win over South Loop in the girls' game. And with the final numbers, here's Jeremy Shipe.
All right, thank you very much, Larry. We'll take a look at these final numbers, starting with the visiting team on the scoreboard. That would be the Twin Loop Wolves. They were led in scoring by Madison Glidden, who had 16 points in this one. All but 2 of those came in the second half. Very strong half for her. Reagan Mahler had 8 at the half. She got herself a few more points in the second half to finish out as the second leading scorer for the Wolves with 13. Rounding out the rest of the scoring, Gracie Rodacher with 8, Jalen Blackburn with 7, and 3 apiece for Lexi Starr and Carson Vincent for the 50 points on the board from Twin Loop, who outscored their opponents, the South Loop Bobcats, in each quarter 12-7, 10-2, 17-9, and 10-5, increasing steadily their offensive output throughout the evening, peaking there in the third quarter. For the South Loop Bobcats, led in scoring by Emma Stahlbaumer. All 8 of her points came in the first half. 6 points by Ray Hagler. 3 points apiece by Jade Bierman, Nelchi Reif, and Olivia Fitzgerald to round out the scoring for South Loup. They were only able to muster 9 points in the first half, equaled that in the third quarter with 9 in the period alone, but then kind of cruised to the finish line, only putting out 5 points there in the fourth. Kind of a game of defense for a lot of it. The offense really opened up in the second half for Twin Loup, who was able to take care of business here on the road in Callaway. Again, final score, Twin Loup 50, South Loup 23. Leading scorer for Twin Loup was Madison Glidden with her 16. For South Loup, Emma Stahlbaumer had 8.
50-23, the final score. We'll turn our sights to the boys when we come back here on 95.3.
Moonlight Custom Screen Print and Embroidery. Have you seen all those awesome t-shirts when you attend state competition? There's a good chance Moonlight has printed what you're seeing. They love partnering with local schools to put your athletic and extracurricular achievements on apparel for fans. Ask them about screen printing, embroidery, and more promotional products. Located in Kearney, serving fellow Central Nebraskans. Visit MoonlightCustomPrinting.com. Everything looks better by Moonlight. Radio coverage of the Twin Loup Wolves is brought to you in part by the Twin Loup Boosters, whose members include Team Physical Therapy, Terry and Chandra Horkey, TCH Seeds, The Ritz Cafe, Trotter's Grain and Fertilizer, Trotter's Low and Go, Union Bank and Trust, Upstream Ranch, Valley County Health System, and Wagner Bunkhouse and Cabins. Enjoy the broadcast, brought to you in part by the Twin Loup Boosters.
The staff at South Loop Pharmacy in Callaway is proud to be a sponsor of this sports broadcast. They support all the area athletes and are pleased to be a part of the South Loop Bobcat community. Their pharmacy provides knowledge on what is best for you and your family members. Stop in and talk to them today. South Loop Pharmacy in Callaway, knowing you by name, not just a refill number.
The Callaway District Hospital, along with the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics, love supporting the community and are happy to be able to help bring you this sports broadcast. The Callaway District Hospital and Medical Clinics delight in serving the area with their public transportation service. Call 308-212-0464 to schedule a ride today. Areas served and destinations requested will be evaluated on a first-come, first-served basis. Cheering on the area athletes from the Callaway District Hospital and the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics.
Central Nebraska Electric in Ansley is a proud supporter of this broadcast and area high school sports action. Playing hard throughout the season takes a lot of work, and Todd salutes that dedication. Any electrical work you need done right the first time deserves a free estimate from Central Nebraska Electric. Call them at 750-6458. That's Central Nebraska Electric in Ansley, sponsoring this broadcast and wishing area teams good luck this season.
For your holiday meals, find your ingredients at the Callaway Market. They pride themselves on offering their customers some awesome deals. Their Good Buys program keeps prices low. All of their steaks and roasts are age-certified Angus and super tasty. So when you're piecing together that holiday meal, remember the fresh produce, quality meats, and affordable prices you'll find at the Callaway Market. Open 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. Monday to Saturday and Sundays from 11 until 5. The Callaway Market, cheering on the South Loop Bobcats.
Simply put, AgriBest Feeds in Callaway has the ranching supplies you need and are looking for. Like Sweet Pro Tubs with probiotin that helps cattle perform better while consuming up to 25% less forage. They also have Redmond Mineral Salt, AeroQuip chutes, and portable tub alley systems, plus vet supplies, pet and poultry feed, and dry shod boots. Sometimes the ATV or UTV is the way you want to go. They have drive-through gates ideal for the farm, ranch, hunting, lease, and more. For fencing, barbed wire, posts, and more, visit AgriBest Feeds behind the Community Center in Callaway.
Welcome back to Callaway as we get you set up now for the boys contest of our doubleheader between the visiting Twin Loup Wolves and the hosting South Loop Bobcats. Should be a lot of fun to see these two teams get out on the court for the first time this season, just like the girls did moments ago. Again, want to thank all of the video sponsors bringing you this live stream completely free on the Sand Hills Express YouTube and Facebook pages. They include First State Insurance, Agribest Feeds, Callaway District Hospital with the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics, BD, Grocery Cart, Nebraska State Bank, Agland ATV, Mead Lumber, Culligan, Bailey Crop with Pioneer Seed, Palmer Monument, Insurance of the Heartland, and H&R Block. Take a look at these two teams. The South Loup boys in C2 this year. They were 16-6 last year. And you look back to their opening game of the season last year. They got a W, 55-46 over these Twin Loup Wolves. You look at the Twin Loup side, 9-14 last year, a few games below 500. Opened up the season with a 46-55 loss to South Loup, as we mentioned. So should be great to have these two teams underway and on the schedule here to open up things. We've got both of these teams a couple more times throughout the season. Looking forward to covering both the Twin Loup Wolves and the South Loup Bobcats throughout the season. Again, want to thank you for tuning in. My name is Jeremy Shipe. I'll be joined later in the pregame of the boys contest by Larry Kottner, my broadcast partner this evening. Jack Simpson is behind the camera for you folks tonight on the video streaming side of things. If you are new to KBBN in the area, we can be found at 95.3 FM on your radio dial. You can also find us online at kbbn.com and on the free KBBN, the Thunderbird app, streaming completely free. Twin Loup, South Loup coming your direction very soon here on KBBN and Sand Hills Express Video. Thanks for tuning in on a Friday night.
There's a new tomorrow on the other side of the horizon. There are promises to honor, work that needs to be done, friendships to enjoy, and people that count on each other. These are the things that tie our communities together. They always have, and they always will. Build your tomorrow with a bank you can rely on. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Supplying their customers with quality companies and service that will allow them the comfort of knowing that Arnold Insurance Agency cares about their financial well-being. That's the mission of Arnold Insurance Agency. They're proud to help fellow Nebraskans prepare for the unexpected. With locations in Arnold, Brady, Cozad, Grant, Mullen, and North Platte, go see their family to take care of yours. Visit them online at arnoldins.com or stop by. Arnold Insurance Agency, proud to help bring you this sports coverage featuring our amazing area student athletes.
Trotters Woe and Go and Sargent is your one-stop shop for whenever you're on the go, and they're proud to support area teams by sponsoring this broadcast. Whether it's a tasty treat or snack you're looking for, or something to quench your thirst, make your stop at Trotters Woe and Go in Sargent when you're passing through. They'd be happy to serve you and get you filled up and back on the road. Trotters Woe and Go in Sargent, sponsors of this broadcast and supporters of all area sports teams.
Mills Hardware is proud to support the local athletes. From painting to tools, sporting goods to office supplies, Mills Hardware is the place to go. Always remember, if they don't have it, they will try to get it for you. They have 155 different suppliers that they work with and offer services like hunting, fishing, and park permits, key making, and more. They thank you for your continued patronage of their store. You're very important to them. Thank you from the Mills Hardware and Feed team.
Crash, boom, bang. All sounds you never want to hear coming from your vehicle. A1 Auto Repair in Arnold is prepared to fix or prevent those sounds. If you're in need of auto and light truck service and repair, give Josh a call, 848-2542. That's 848-2542. It all starts with diagnosing the problem, then working to get you back on the road quickly with a vehicle you can depend on. A1 Auto Service in Arnold, proud sponsors of this broadcast and high school sports.
Lodi Seed Service, LLC, your trusted channel seedsman, now serving the Callaway area. They are proud to bring you this sports broadcast. Why choose them? High-quality channel seeds, expertise tailored to your farm, local knowledge paired with global resources, and, of course, unmatched customer service. To get on the path to achieving your farming goals or exceeding them, contact Abe Hinman or T.R. Anderson with Lodi Seed Services, sponsors of this sports broadcast.
You tuned it into Central Nebraska Sports Source, KBBN Radio. Jeremy Shipe with you here in Callaway. Thanks for joining us, whether you are watching on the free video stream or you are listening on KBBN Radio. We are so happy to have you along for what should be a wonderful winter sports season. We've got plenty of sports to cover both on radio and video for you this season. Other games that we'll have on the air featuring the South Loop Bobcats include January 9th against Sandhills Thetford. They'll be hosting the Knights. We'll also have them in back-to-back games on the 21st and 23rd of January with their opponents Arcadia Loop City and Ansley Litchfield in those matchups. Looking at the Twin Loop side, we'll have them, of course, in this game coming up. We'll also have them at Ansley Litchfield on the 10th of January. And then towards the tail end of the regular season, we'll have Twin Loop as they host Sumner Eddyville Miller on the 11th of February. Again, South Loop last season 16-6, Twin Loop 9-14 coming off of last season. So we welcome Larry Kottner into the broadcast. Larry, we take a look at these two teams. They're doing the same thing that all other teams are doing. They are filling the shoes of their seniors that graduated and filling in with new exciting players to go out there and compete together. I think it's going to be fun seeing these new players and how they match up with their opponent and how they play with their teammates out there as well.
Well, the last time you and I were in this gymnasium, it was for a district final against Plainview, and what a great game that was between South Loop and Plainview. But talking to Jeff Cole with the sickness that he has on his starters tonight, he said only only 2 out of the 8 top players from a year ago will be available for this game. He'll have a couple of them get back into the games a little bit later when they're feeling better, but that's a whole different thing. And then Twin Loop, a couple of years ago they were really struggling, but they've kind of found a way. They got to 9-14 last year. They were a little bit of a factor in the MNAC, and I think they'd like to take that next step and get over the 500 hump this year.
Mine as well, and these teams will go out here and kind of see how it all comes together. Of course, Twin Loop, a couple of new names, South Loop as well, but right out of the gate, you've got sickness that comes up, and that's kind of typical in the beginning of the winter sports season as everyone kind of gets used to the sickness season. But really, if you're Coach Cole, would prefer to not have to face that kind of adversity in game number 1 when you're literally trying to get your feet underneath of you as a team.
Yeah, and when I was talking with the Twin Loop coach as well, in Cole Christofferson, he was also letting me know a little bit that they're missing one of their players too, one of the tall guys inside. He's having some MAC issues, so it's not just South Loop that is a little short-handed here tonight.
Well, all of that aside, I think to what Coach Schaaf and the Broken Bow wrestling crew says, their theme as a wrestling team is doesn't matter, get better, right?
That's
you got to
right.
push all that aside. You go out there and you play with the team that you've got available for that night, and you go out there and you try to tally a W, because at the end of the season, it's all about the wins and the losses and propelling yourself forward into the postseason.
That's right. Illness, injuries, various different things always factor into high school basketball or high school sports in general, whether you're talking about basketball, wrestling, or even the fall or spring sports.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll toss the starting lineups your way, and the tip will be coming up after that. You've tuned it in to Central Nebraska's Sports Source for the opening tip-off of high school basketball for the 2024-2025 season.
Radio coverage of the Twin Loop Wolves is brought to you in part by the Twin Loop Boosters, whose members include 4W Delaney, Agland ATV, Burwell Dental Clinic, Burwell Family Practice PC, Calamus Outfitters, Carhartt Lumber Company, Central Nebraska Electric, Central Nebraska Medical Clinic, City of Sargent, Connie's Beauty Salon, Corner Stop, Craig and Diane Van Cura, Dad's Calamus East, and Diamond Ring Ranch. Enjoy the broadcast brought to you in part by the Twin Loop Boosters.
Christmas greetings from Nebraska State Bank. This is Stuart Fox inviting you to help us celebrate the holiday season at our open houses at all 4 branch locations on December 10th from 10 until 2. Check out our website, nesb.bank, for more details. From all of us at Nebraska State Bank, we wish you and your family a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Nebraska State Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC.
When your car gets dented, dinged, smashed, or smacked, the last thing you should have to worry about is it being in the right hands to get it fixed. When you choose Rod's Body and Paint in Broken Bow, Your vehicle will leave their shop looking great. Don't forget, Rod can also help you with those windshield chips. Take care of them before they get worse and cost you more money. If your windshield already needs replaced, they can do that too. Rod's Body and Paint on the curve, west of Broken Bow.
Why did the cardinal cross the road? To get to your neighbor's bird feeder. You can keep the birds in your backyard with a bird feeder full of fresh bird seed from Arrow Seed. Arrow Seed in Broken Bow offers feeders and 9 varieties of bird seed to choose from. Arrow Seed's bird seed is available in economically priced bulk quantities from 1 pound to 50 pounds, so you can get as much or as little as you need at a great price. Get the birds back to your yard with a full bird feeder from Arrow Seed in Broken Bow.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, 2-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
Contact your local Shelter Insurance agents, Brent Custer or Seth Pearson in Broken Bow.
Attention Nebraska farmers. At Custer Federal State Bank, we know that agriculture is more than a job, it's a way of life. That's why we're proud to offer agricultural loans tailored to your needs. Whether you're looking to expand your operations, purchase new equipment, or manage daily expenses, our experienced team is here to help. With competitive rates, personalized service, we're your partners in growth. Visit Custer Federal State Bank today, where your future grows. Custer Federal State Bank, rooted in Nebraska, growing with you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Callaway. Starting lineups for this contest are being brought to you by First State Insurance in Arnold. Becky and Taylor salute the dedication of the student athletes, both in the classroom and on the court. They're cheering on the South Loop Bobcats and all of the area participants. We'll start with the visiting Twin Loop Wolves. Their starting lineup looks this way. Yaya Harris gets the start. He is a 6'2" freshman. Lukeman Harris is a sophomore, also standing 6'2". Henry Sortum in the starting lineup, a junior, 6'2". Emmett Sortum, 6'2", and a senior. Mace Barron is 6'1" and a junior. Cole Christopherson is the head coach of the Twin Loop Wolves. He is assisted by Chris Barron. Taking a look at the South Loop Bobcats hosting this game here on their home floor in Callaway. Caleb McFade is a senior, standing 5'8" in the starting lineup. Connor Paulson, a junior, 5'9". AJ Starr is a 5'11" senior. Ethan Fern, a 5'11" senior. And Crew Wattoon, a 6'3" junior. Jeff Cole is the head coach. He is assisted by Mike Waverka and Travis Sherbeck. So again, for Twin Loop, it's Yaya Harris, Lukeman Harris, Henry Sortum, Emmett Sortum, and Mace Barron. For South Loop, the starting lineup, Caleb McFate, Connor Paulson, AJ Starr, Ethan Fern, and Crew Wattoon. We'll take one more break. When we come back, the tip coming your direction at South Loop and Twin Loop on the mighty Thunderbird 95.3 KBBN.
Grocery Cart Meat Department is not your typical meat department. Our meat is fresh and our prices are great. We have a wide selection of beef, pork, chicken, and seafood, with options like Hormel Natural Choice, Smart Chicken, and Certified Angus Beef. You know you're getting quality meat to center your meal around. Come and see us at the Grocery Cart, East Highway 2, Broken Bow.
What time is it?
It's Christmas time.
What's your favorite thing to do on Christmas break?
Scoop snow with my dad.
That doesn't sound very fun.
It's easy with the razor and the blade.
Oh, well, what else do you like to do over Christmas break?
Help Grandpa check cows.
It's too cold for that to be fun.
No, Grandpa has a heated cab on his Range Rover.
Where do you get all this cool stuff?
At Agman ATV in Broken Bow.
ATVs can be hazardous to operate. Always wear a helmet, never drink and ride.
The changing seasons are generally welcomed with open arms, but not in our homes. With the help of Mead Lumber, you can keep the chilly air where it belongs. Upgrading your home's insulation not only conserves energy and lowers your heating and cooling costs, it makes for better living with improved air quality, health, and warmth. Work with those who have pride in a highly trained team to help with your building and projects. The crew at Mead Lumber. Also, be sure to visit meadlumber.com soon.
Are you afraid of falling? Team Physical Therapy can help. 872-5111. Good balance is essential for a healthy, active life. Team Physical Therapy is here to help you stay healthy, improve your balance, and keep you active. 872-5111. Our highly trained physical therapist will design a personalized plan for you to help you improve your stability, decrease risk of falling, and get you back to doing what you love. Don't let that balance issue keep you at home, or if it does, we can come to you. Call Team Physical Therapy 872-5111.
This week at Geared for Sports, their gift is a sweet treat. Draw a candy cane to see what savings you'll get. Between 15 and 30% off. You'll find a great variety of fanwear, sportswear, and sports equipment. Only excluding GCI chairs. Geared for Sports is open Monday to Friday 10 to 6, Saturday 10 to 4, and now on Sundays noon to 4 through Christmas. Visit them to pick a candy cane and save this week. Geared for Sports, west side of the square in Broken Bow.
Sargent Irrigation may be known worldwide, but their roots are right here in central Nebraska, something they are very proud of. They hire right here in the heartland and know their success is due to those quality employees. As a way of showing support for the community, Sargent Irrigation sponsors high school sports broadcasts, so those unable to attend can follow the action. Enjoy the broadcast, sponsored in part by Sargent Irrigation in Broken Bow.
Welcome back to Callaway. If you're looking to upgrade your home's exterior, Custer County Exteriors has you covered. From seamless gutters to durable siding, soffit, and fascia, their experts will make your home look great and protect it from the elements. Quality work, reliable service, lasting results. Contact Nate at 402-641-3246. Locally owned and operated, Custer County Exteriors. If you're watching the video stream, Twin Loop will work right to left, South Loop left to right, Twin Loop in the road blacks, South Loop in the home whites, and the tip we're going to have a retip of. Kind of went up and then was tipped a second time by both of them. And the tip is controlled by Paulson of South Loop. Connor up the right side, looks to the deep corner, now goes up top to McFate. McFate gets it down to Wattoon, but a little bit too much spin on that one, and Wattoon couldn't track it down. Out of bounds, ball back to the Wolves. Bringing it up, the freshman Yaya Harris will play point guard here to open this one up. In the corner to Sorum. Over to Lukeman, now back up to Yaya. Harris drives in, skip pass over to Harris. Lukeman through contact on the ball, able to muscle one up over the rim. But the miss is pulled down by South Loop. Quickly ahead to McFate, now Wattoon. Wattoon lost it, but it was last touched by Twin Loop's Emmett Sortum.
Similar to what we saw in the girls' game, both teams starting out very active on the defensive end.
Twin Loop, tall starting lineup, Larry. 6'2", 6'2", 6'2", 6'2", 6'1".
And some experience there, too.
They get it inside to Wattoon, who puts it over the top of Emmett Sortum, and we have our first 2 points of the contest go in the way of South Loop.
Crew did a good job of getting position on that inbounds.
Back the other direction, it's thrown away. They were looking inside to Lukeman Harris across the lane. Paulson comes away with it and leads the break. Twin Loop back defensively, 1 minute gone. Here in the first quarter, South Loop up 2-0. Working around the outside, high post look, handoff goes into the hands of Ethan Fern from Wattoon, but they lost it. Turnover back the way of Twin Loop, and they turn it right back over as Yaya Harris was looking down on the opposite block for Sortum. Had a lot of heat on that one. Yaya plays quarterback for Twin Loop. He played in relief and got a few starts this season for the Wolves. Had a lot of zip on that one like a football. Paulson drives inside, shoots over the top of a couple of defenders, gets it to go, and it's a 4-0 lead for South Loop.
Connor Paulson with some great balance as he leaned in on that one.
Harris gets it over to Barron. Barron breaks the double team, does well, gets all the way to the rim, puts it up, missed the lay-in. Got his own miss, though. Fits it down inside to Lukeman Harris, waits for the defense to go by, and scores 2 to answer. 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. South Loop locks the basketball up, leading 4-2. McFate, right to left. Around over on the far side. Fern and Starr play catch. Now Wattoon lobs it down inside. Gets it back. High post look. Pump fake. Lost it. They work it around to Paulson right side. 15 minutes into the shot clock that doesn't exist, but is being kept track of on a stopwatch, we're told. We were told they had to do a software update between the JV game and the varsity games that apparently caused the shot clocks to shut down. So we're playing without shot clocks tonight on the first night where they are eligible to be used at all levels of basketball in the state of Nebraska. Lob goes in. The alley-oop doesn't go for South Loup. A.J. Starr couldn't get it to go, but his teammate Wattoon pulls down the offensive board and is fouled on the putback attempt.
That's going to be 2 quick fouls on Yaya Harris. That's big here early in this game.
Cole Christopherson, should mention this, was listed first in the program for Twin Loup. He talked to you quite a bit there on the sideline, and him and Chris Barron have been working together quite a bit over the years, but Chris is, I would venture to guess, still the head coach despite being listed second in the program. He's up and helping out his team on the sideline as Wattoon splashes home the second. Lukeman Harris in the backcourt. Gets it up to Carter Hall, who's into the game. Now gets it back on the left side. Tries to one-hand pass it, but South Loup in the passing lane turns it over. Now Paulson looking all the way up, but Lukeman Harris turned around just in time. Carter Hall will bring it into the front court. Off to Harris. Lukeman being defended there by A.J. Starr. Tried to fit it in, got it poked back out to him. Right to left. Will back it out. Over to Hall. Now Barron in the far corner. Ball above the head, trapped, gets it out well to Hall. Now Lukeman Harris left side. Fake the 3, drives in, 10-footer, couldn't get it to go. Fight for the rebound, pulled out of there by the Wolves. Carter Hall, 15-footer won't go. Mace Barron a rebound and fouled on the putback attempt in the lane.
Good job by Twin Loup of crashing the boards, giving themselves extra opportunities. That's going to be the first foul on Connor Paulson, and we'll send Mace Barron to the line.
5-2 lead for the home team, South Loup Bobcats, as Barron gets the first one to roll over the front of the rim to make it a 5-3 game. Again, we're live on KBBN Radio as well as Sandhills Express on YouTube or Facebook. You can fire it up on your TV, your tablet, or your phone. Second one doesn't go for Barron. Paulson ahead to McFate, right side. Caleb surveys, now up top to Wattoon, and a travel called. McFate moved that pivot foot.
Well, both teams right now trying to feel their way into this game. That's 7 turnovers in the first 3.5 minutes of this ball game. 4 against South Loup, 3 against Twin Loup.
Henry Sortum gets it off to Carter Hall. Skip pass over to Lukeman Harris. Harris with the bounce. Drives inside. Puts a little runner up with the left hand and scores 2. We're tied up at 5 apiece.
And he's got both field goals in this game for Twin Loup.
Bobcats basketball. South Loup over to McFate on the near side. Caleb up top to Wattoon. Wattoon far side over to Starr. Starr lobs it inside. Nice pivot move there from Ethan Fern, who scores 2 off glass. And South Loup back on top by 2.
Using the left hand on that particular drive off the left side.
Hall on the right side. Twin Loup back in the half court. And they work it around to Harris. Takes the 3 from the left side. Left it short. Rebound Carter Hall. Puts it up. Can't get it to go. If you could call fouls on your own teammate, Carter Hall would have drawn one there. Couldn't get the putback to go. Jump ball called. It will be Twin Loup ball.
And Carter Hall's going to come out, and Yaya Harris with those 2 early fouls going to come back into the lineup.
He slaps the basketball, lobs it up top to Henry Sortum. Keys up to 3. Left it just long. Rebound pulled out of there by Paulson. Connor Paulson brings it forward. Lukeman Harris on him. Hands it off to McFate. Skip pass over to Starr, and now Fern. McFate inside. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound pulled out of there by Yaya Harris. Off and running. Drives through the defense and lays it in for 2. And I think you got your answer there, Larry, as to why Twin Loup felt it was important to get him back in despite the 2 fouls.
Yeah, he did a great job of taking it right to the hole. Made a nice smooth move off that left side.
Paulson back in the half court with the South Loup Bobcats. McFate up top, trying to work against Sortum, who has that long frame, and Henry turns him over. And now McFate pokes it away from him. Good recovery defensively by Caleb McFate. 2:52 to go first quarter. We're tied at 7 here in the boys contest between South Loop and Twin Loop. Yaya Harris pull up from the free throw line. Got it off the right-hand side. Wasn't even squared up, but just used the springs on his feet to get in the air and figure it out when he got there.
He did a good job of clearing himself a little bit of space that time.
Connor Paulson, head fake, drives in, blocked up top. It was clean up top. We'll see what the call is. It's going to be on Lukeman Harris. It's going to be with the body, and Connor Paulson will go to the line.
Yeah, it was pretty strong down low. A lot of contact there, but he got that almost with like his arm on that block shot.
Paulson's first rattles in there to pull South Loop to within 1 point. As back into the game for Twin Loop, Jackson Hall. Paulson to key it up again. Back rim. Mace Barron pulls down the miss. 1 point lead remains for Twin Loop. Oh, nice around the back pass from Yaya Harris. Teammate couldn't put it in, though. 2:20 to go. South Loop back with the basketball, trailing by 1. Mace Barron, another defensive turnover. He'll bring it up, gets it off to Yaya Harris, who again applies the gas pedal, kicks it out. Lukeman Harris, his three. Back rim doesn't go. Rebound, pinballs around, but last touched out of bounds by Mace Barron. And a South Loop timeout coming on the floor. 2:04 to go first quarter. It's Twin Loop leading the hometown South Loop Bobcats 9-8.
This broadcast is brought to you by Melham Medical Center in Broken Bow, where we deliver caring and comprehensive health care right here, close to home. The specialty clinic brings our residents access to the area's most experienced physicians in cardiology, general surgery, obstetrics and gynecology, orthopedics, and more. Partnering with you to inspire healthy living through quality care. Melham Medical Center in Broken Bow.
Welcome back to Callaway. 2:04 to go first quarter. 1 point lead for Twin Loop in this one. It's been a pretty even game here so far, Larry. Lots of good things on both sides of the ball for both teams.
Yeah, both teams scrapping and playing hard and finding some good open looks. They just haven't really been able to knock them down. We've seen a couple of shots that look like should go in but didn't go in, and they'll get that figured out as we go along.
Looks like we might have had a water bottle spill or something off of the screen for those of you that are watching on the Sand Hills Express YouTube and Facebook pages. They've got a lot of Powerade towels over there trying to wipe all of that up, make it nice and safe.
And by the way, you were talking about the shot clock. We did see it come close on that one possession for South Loop, and the official near the scorer's table was counting it out like you would see a back judge do it in football. When it got within 5 seconds, he was counting it down, and it was pretty close.
Paulson pull up three, all but goes down. Rebound pulled out of there by Jackson Hall, who is fouled. They're going to get A.J. Starr on this one. Neither team getting close to that 5-foul limit for the quarter. Twin Loop with 3 fouls, South Loop with 2. Yaya Harris off left side. Otten controls it there and hands it back. Yaya, nifty, little bit of dribbling display there. They work it to Hall in the corner. Twin Loop with a lot of height, not only in their starting lineup, but off the bench as well. So Yaya drives in, gathers, shoots, can't get it. Paulson the rebound, South Loop off and running. Paulson ahead, A.J. Starr. Starr in the lane, can't get the scoop layup to go. Harris the rebound. Here comes Twin Loop. Fits it ahead. Good job to control it. Emmett Sortum pulls up, can't get it to fall. Watoon the rebound defensively for the Bobcats. And we again trade sides of the court.
Yeah, and that's just what we were talking about. Shots that looked like they could go down but didn't go down.
Paulson out to Fern, looks at Watoon. Skip passes it over to Starr. Back out to Watoon, left side. Double teamed the free throw line. Kicks it out. Three-pointer does not go for Fern. And a whistle is blown and will go the other way as let's see. Oh, they say it touched up top, I believe, on the basket.
Yeah, when it hit off the heel of the iron, it went up and touched that shot clock.
That is one thing that we might see. It'd be pretty hard to touch the shot clock and not touch other things, but that shot clock is another thing for the basketball to touch up there. Barron in the corner, skip pass over to Jackson Hall, takes the three left side, off the right side of the rim, rebound defensively for South Loup. Paulson looking ahead, gets it ahead to Carter Wood, who lays it up and in. South Loup takes the lead with 23 seconds to go, first quarter.
Great job by Wood to run the floor.
Lukeman Harris left side. Over to Hall, skips back. Now attacking is Lukeman, right-handed. The runner off of the glass rattles in, and Twin Loup takes the lead right back. 3 seconds, Paulson from the spike line, left it just short, and we go to the second quarter with the home team, South Loup Bobcats, trailing by 1 to the Twin Loup Wolves. You've tuned it in to Central Nebraska Sports Source, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
The student athletes you're cheering on during this broadcast practice and study in order to get their competition and schoolwork done right. At Trotter Service, they do the same, except with your vehicle repairs. Whether you need a new battery, brake work and alignment, tires, wheels, or an overhaul, trust their auto repair specialists to tackle the job. Don't forget bulk oil and fuel delivery and on-the-farm tire truck service too. Proud to help bring you this broadcast, Trotter Service in Broken Bow.
Acquiring a lush green lawn is a lot of work. Worry no more. A2Z Lawn Pro's fertilizer program is the solution to ease your mind and lessen your work. Any time of the season is a good time to start. Eliminate weeds, strengthen your grass, and even keep bugs away with liquid fertilizer treatments mixed with micronutrients for a recipe that works specifically in this area. 30 years of experience. 308-870-1762 for A to Z Lawn Pro. That's A to Z Lawn Pro at 870-1762.
Welcome back to Callaway. Back and forth there to end that first quarter, Larry. These teams trading 1-point leads.
Yeah, 6 points so far for Lukeman Harris to lead Twin Loup, and a couple of players with 3, Paulson and Wattoon for South Loup. Stats pretty even, with the exception of turnovers, 7 for South Loup, 3 for Twin Loup.
South Loup inbounds the basketball to start the second quarter. Crew Wattoon, near side block. Crew double teams. Ball swiped out of there, and a foul going to be called. I think they got Mace Barron on this one, reaching in across the arm of Wattoon.
Yeah, he was coming over with the help defense. That'll be his first foul of the ball game.
Paulson to key it in for South Loup. Looks at the lob, now throws it into Wattoon, and I think, 5-second call, okay. Thought it was either that or he had leaned so far forward that he had gone over the baseline. Lukeman Harris into the front court. Right side to Sortum, now Barron in the corner. Back to Sortum. Skip pass. Lukeman attacks from the short corner. Pull up, left it long. Mace Barron, weak side rebound. Puts the shoulder down and muscles one up and over for 2.
We've seen that at both ends where the low interior player is using that shoulder to clear some space, and they're letting them play.
Paulson tries to get it across the lane. It was thrown that direction and kind of tipped that direction towards Carter Wood. It was last off a Wolf. It'll be South Loup ball from the far side of the lane. Wattoon receives it. South Loup works the exterior. Wattoon had it knocked away on the entry pass. Now Paulson fits it all the way up top to Starr. Starr to Fern. They play catch between the rings. A minute gone here in the second quarter. Paulson, far side. Looking inside. Patient offense from South Loup. Starr has to muscle one up because of the shot clock. And I think that's going to be officially the first time we've seen the shot clock come into play here in this early part of the season as South Loup has it knocked away.
Yeah, and that was a long possession, and you're right. He had to kind of launch that one. He noticed over on the right side that the official was signaling down the last 5 seconds.
Starr tries to get it into Wattoon, who somehow corrals it enough to throw it off of the leg of Emmett Sortum to retain possession.
Yeah, he was trying to reel that one in, and when he brought it in, it went off the foot of Sortum.
Star with it up top. Right to left, lobs it into Wittoon. Wittoon again controls it, but stepped that toe right on the baseline. Turnover back to the Wolves.
Yeah, credit a lot of help defense on that one from Yaya Harris off the backside to create that turnover. That's 9 now on the Bobcats.
6:30 to go here, second quarter. Twin Loup leads it by 3. Yaya Harris up the right side, gets a little rub screen from Barron. Over to Lukeman. Lukeman drives in, dropped the defender, now turns around, shoots, and scores from 18 feet out.
He leads all scorers in this ball game with 8 points.
South Loup with the basketball, trailing by 5. Paulson near side, hands it off to Fern. Skip pass all the way around to Wittoon on the far corner. Crew, ball above the head, off to Wood. And they work it back to Wittoon, far side wing. Crew, a couple of dribbles. Now squares up. Over to Paulson, does well to control the high pass. Connor looking at Crew. Wittoon. Good defense down inside by Emmett Sortum. South Loup turns it over on an Ethan Fern travel.
And right now with the turnovers of this second quarter, 3 in the first 2.5 minutes, Twin Loup taking advantage of it here with a little momentum.
Lukeman Harris tosses up a 3, can't get it to go. Grazed the front of the rim. It'll go back to South Loup.
First turnover in a while for the Wolves. They've got 4 in the game.
South Loup back into the half court. Fern to Wittoon. Blocked down low, couldn't muscle through it. And it goes back to Twin Loup. Lukeman Harris running the floor well. Catches it on the far side block. Double team. Out to Barron on the cut. Can't get it to go off the back rim. Out of bounds. Off of South Loup.
That was a great job by Lukeman Harris to find Mace Barron, who was trailing the play, and he was hustling through. Just couldn't get that shot to fall.
Yaya Harris keys it in. They skip it over to Lukeman. Lukeman drives in. 2 steps. A runner can't go off the left hand. Wittoon the rebound. Here comes South Loup. Paulson eyes up into the front court. Gets down into the far side. Skips it out. Fern around to Wittoon. Wittoon shot fake. Now drives. Gives it off. Fern to Star. Far side. 4:45 to go first half. Wittoon, high post. Twin Loup defense continues to play hard. Nothing's come easy for South Loup. Paulson, far side, pull up 3. Left it long. Rebound, Yaya Harris. Yaya trying to outrace everybody. Puts the shoulder down. Score. Doesn't score. Rolls off the back of the rim. And a charge going to be called on Yaya Harris. That's his 3rd foul. Good job by South Loup getting back.
Yeah, he picked up 2 quick ones in the first minute and a half of this game. Did a good job coming back a little bit later on to avoid that, but he picks up that charge, and that's huge. He's probably going to have to sit out the rest of the first half.
4:20 to go. South Loup with the basketball, trailing by 5, 15-10. McFate back in. Caleb surveys, gets it up top to Wood. Far side over to Fern. Defense goes by. Fern, skip pass over to McFate. Keys up a 3. Got it to go. A big 3-pointer for South Loup off the hands of Caleb McFate, the senior.
That's the first points of the second quarter for South Loup, and that's a big 3.
They pull to within 2, and now South Loup gets the turnover, but Fern stepped on the baseline. Twin Loup basketball. Coach Barron calls in the play. And we'll see how it's executed. Carter Hall to key it in. Gets it into Sortum. Sortum turns, shoots, can't get it to go. Wittoon the rebound defensively. Paulson looking up, looking at Wood, but Wood wasn't looking, and it's turned over.
Yeah, they were going to try to get an easy one at the other end, but Wood kind of looked over the wrong shoulder and wasn't able to pick that one up.
It's just kind of South Loup basketball and Coach Cole basketball to always be looking up from the guard position to see if you got some teammates available. And Lukeman Harris called for the charge now as Caleb McFate set up camp on the near side block.
And now that's 2 on Lukeman Harris.
Now if you're Twin Loup, you like the aggressiveness, but you kind of have to pick your battles, especially if South Loup is going to slide their feet and stay in front of you that way.
You also got to like the defense of South Loup to be able to take those charges.
Watoon near side, pulls up. The lefty can't get it to go. Nice rebound inside by Twin Loups, Carter Hall. Hall into the front court, over to Mace Barron. Controls it there. Now Lukeman Harris in the corner. Double teamed, splits the double team, and traveled with it. Took an extra step trying to find a pass across the lane. And now South Loop trying to hang around in this one. I use that term lightly because they're only down 2, but it just feels like the scoring in general is kind of grinded to a stop for these teams.
Yeah, it's been slow getting points here in this second quarter.
Paulson, far side, hands it off to Fern. Fern, left to right, off to McFate. Now gets it back to Fern. Now McFate throws it up, and it goes off the top of the backboard. Rebounded by Hall, trying to outrace everybody. Does so and lays it in for 2 to get back a 4-point lead for Twin Loop.
How about that speed from Carter Hall? He just headed down the court quickly.
Paulson back into the front court. I don't think he's checked out. Spin move. Nice find over to Wood. Missed the layup, though. Rebound, Lukeman Harris. 3-on-3 the other way. Harris goes over, and Caleb McFate fell backwards, but Lukeman Harris did a good job of avoiding the contact. South Loop back the other way, trailing by 4. Watoon double teamed, finds Wood. This time doesn't miss the layup, and he scores 2.
Good job to be looking all around. Watoon looking out, and then he had his teammate down low.
Back the other direction, and one play put in by Emmett Sortum on the post entry.
First 2 points of the night for Emmett.
And I think that foul went on Lukeman Harris, so.
No, it would be against South Loop.
Oh, excuse me, wrong 3.
That'd be on Caleb McFate.
McFate has a charge drawn in this game. This time gets called for the hit on the arm with 2:01 to go first half. 3-point play not completed by Emmett Sortum. Rebound pulled out of there by South Loop. McFate fouled. Inbounds play upcoming for South Loop. As in there for the Bobcats, Caleb Furrow. He'll set up on the block. Give a little rub screen for Crew Watoon. A.J. Starr does a good job going up for that ball from Connor Paulson. Can't get the shot to go. Now back the other way comes Twin Loop. Carter Hall leads the break. Nice feed. Unable to get the layup to go is Jackson Hall. Carter Hall gets the miss and puts it in for 2, though.
Boy, Carter Hall has just been everywhere.
6-point lead now for Twin Loop here on South Loop's floor in Callaway. Under a minute and a half to go first half. Paulson, nice drive, swiped away by Carter Hall, but last touch by the knee of Connor Paulson.
Well, let's remember Carter Hall came in for Yaya Harris. So that's been, that kind of has canceled out the way that Carter has played here in this second quarter after Yaya got that 3rd foul.
Twin Loop with the 6-point lead and the basketball. Hall with it left side, that's Jackson. Off to Carter. Carter pull up from the free throw line, splashes one in. Caught a little bit of rim, but it looked good the whole way. Now Paulson back the other way, his team down 8. McFate needs this 3, left it long. Weak side rebound goes to Jackson Hall. Now Hall trapped in the corner, gets it off to Barron, lost his dribble, up ahead to his teammate Grant Otten. 45 seconds to go first half. Hall, far side, Watoon, slides the feet, forces him to give it up. Mace Barron, high post, turns, shoots, scores. Nice fundamental basketball there from Mace Barron, and Twin Loop is up 10.
Boy, what a run here late in the half to get up to double digits.
25-15, South Loop. It's simple, they need a bucket.
And it looks like they'll hold for 1.
15 seconds to go, first half. Paulson works it to the far side. Pull up 3, left it long, missed everything on the rim, and Barron the rebound. Jackson Hall brings it up, 4 seconds to go, off to Barron. Mace, pull up 3, off the backboard, would not go, and that'll take us to halftime. A big run offensively at the end of the first half for Twin Loop. It's 25-15 Wolves. Bobcats trail. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the halftime numbers with Larry here on KBBN Radio.
This is Chip with Nebraska Owners Insurance in Callaway and Broken Bow. The insurance industry is in a crazy place right now, and I understand your premiums are going up and deductibles are increasing. If you are looking to re-quote your current insurance or just have questions regarding coverage options, Nebraska Owners Insurance can help. With many ag carriers to choose from, I can provide farm, ranch, property, and liability coverage as well as pivot, livestock, and crop policies. Contact me today at Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency in Callaway or Broken Bow. I look forward to working with you.
Miss the Wrap Up the Year sales event at Gateway Motors, happening now through January 2nd. Right now is the perfect time to upgrade to a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram vehicle. Their helpful staff is excited to show you why there's never been a better opportunity to drive home the car, SUV, or truck you've always wanted. Whether you're seeking luxury, performance, or pure capability, Gateway Motors has the vehicle to match your needs. Hurry in before January 2nd and wrap up the year in style with a brand new ride.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an Auto Owners Insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Hi, this is Nate Bell with High Street Insurance and Financial Services in Broken Bow. See us online at hsip.com. See possible.
Just as student athletes have strength in the classroom and in competition, Taylor Heating and Cooling is strong in both repairs and installation. For residential or commercial projects or new construction, call Taylor Heating and Cooling at 308-872-6196. They offer financing and are proud to offer high-quality service to go hand-in-hand with the reliable products they install, whether parts or new units. Serving Broken Bow and beyond in central Nebraska. Taylor Heating and Cooling.
Life is better with American Family Insurance because our agents provide specialized local expertise to help you get the right coverage at the right price. We understand that farming and ranching is at the heart of what you do, and we want to help protect what you've worked so hard for. Let's build the policy your farm and ranch deserves.
Visit Justin Thompson Agency or call 308-872-5252.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Moonlight Custom Screen Print and Embroidery is proud to help bring you this sports coverage. When you partner with Moonlight, you're choosing the company that offers the highest quality inks as their standard way of printing. Since 1999, Moonlight has partnered with community events, school groups, sports teams, and more to design, print, and sell awesome screen print, embroidery, and vinyl items. Located in Kearney, serving fellow Central Nebraskans. Visit MoonlightCustomPrinting.com. Everything looks better by Moonlight.
Welcome back to Callaway as the away team, Twin Loup Wolves, lead it 25-15 over South Loup. Thrivent is proud to support the area teams as they work hard to achieve their goals. Representative Scott Harvey wants to help you with your financial goals by creating a strategy that reflects your priorities and protects what matters most to you. For insurance, investments, or planning for retirement, call Scott Harvey and Thrivent Financial at 308-872-2511. Here's Larry with a look at the numbers.
All right, let's first of all take a look at Twin Loup, who leads it here at halftime, 25-15. They're led here at halftime by Lukeman Harris with 8. He had 6 of those in the opening quarter. Carter Hall with 6 points, and they all came late in the second quarter and was a big part of why Twin Loup went from a 2-point lead to a 10-point lead at halftime. 5 points for Mace Barron, 4 for Yaya Harris. He is in foul trouble, though, the only player with 3. And then 2 points for Emmett Sortum. For South Loup, a little more balanced scoring. They are led by Carter Wood with 4 points, 3 each for Caleb McFate and Crew Watum. Also 3 for Connor Paulson and 2 for Ethan Fern. We look at the team statistics, 16 rebounds for the Wolves, 13 for the Bobcats. The turnovers, that's a big difference there. South Loup has committed 13 first-half turnovers, while Twin Loup has only committed 5. And we take a look at the free throws, 2 of 4 for South Loup. Both of those buckets, those free throws that were made were in the first quarter. Same with Twin Loup. They're just 1 of 1. That came in the first quarter. So again, your leading scorers at halftime Lukeman Harris with 8 and Carter Hall with 6 to lead the way for Twin Loup, and 4 points for Carter Wood to lead the way for South Loup. 25-15 is the score in favor of the Wolves.
We thank you folks for tuning in for this contest between the Twin Loup Wolves and the South Loup Bobcats, our first of many broadcasts here from KCNI KBBN this season. We've got a very, very packed full winter sports schedule. If you want to check out the full schedule of where we'll have all of our video and radio broadcasts this season, I invite you to swing over to the sports tab on sandhillsexpress.com. Just click where it says sports broadcast schedule. Carol dropped in a comment in the comment section of our YouTube page. I put a comment up there during half that said, let us know where you're watching from and who you are cheering for. And Carol is watching in Bellevue, cheering on Twin Loup. So thank you, Carol, for tuning in. If you folks want to drop a comment to us, we'll, of course, keep an eye on what's going on the court first. But if we have the opportunity, we'll take a look over there at the chat area and give you a shout out here on the broadcast. Of course, whether you're listening on radio or video, we so appreciate you doing so, and we thank so much the sponsors that make it possible for us to do games like this one.
Yeah, this is one of the rare places that we go to, Jeremy, where, and I think up at Sargent's, the other one, where we actually have a different look than what the people seeing it on the live stream have. A lot of times the camera angle is pretty close to where we're at, but it's in the center of the court here where we're on the end of the court.
Yeah, it kind of throws me off. I have to think about where the camera is when I'm describing things for folks that are watching at home, near side, far side, left and right sorts of things. So bear with me on that. I do know my left and my right, folks, so don't give me too hard of a time for that. But those of you watching on the video stream right now, we're off the right-hand side of your camera behind that bright green banner that you'll see when the camera swings that direction later on. This is KBBN Broken Bow, Central Nebraska's sports source. Second half between Twin Loup and South Loup coming up after this brief break.
Coverage of the Twin Loup Wolves is brought to you by the Twin Loup Boosters, whose members include Don and Sue Shada, Dow's Farms LLC, Erickson Law Office, Fensky Farms, First National Bank, Govier Brothers Mortuary, Grint Farm Supply, Hamilton Communications, Hermsmeyer Agronomy, Hilltop Ranch, James and Janice Barron, Joe and Cindy Horkey, KCNI KBBN Radio, Krause Angus Ranch, and the Morgan Ranch. Enjoy the broadcast brought to you in part by the Twin Loup Boosters.
The staff at South Loop Pharmacy in Callaway is proud to be a sponsor of this sports broadcast. They support all the area athletes and are pleased to be a part of the South Loop Bobcat community. Their pharmacy provides knowledge on what is best for you and your family members. Stop in and talk to them today. South Loop Pharmacy in Callaway, knowing you by name, not just a refill number.
The Callaway District Hospital, along with the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics, love supporting the community and are happy to be able to help bring you this sports broadcast. The Callaway District Hospital and Medical Clinics delight in serving the area with their public transportation service. Call 308-212-0464 to schedule a ride today. Areas served and destinations requested will be evaluated on a first-come, first-served basis. Cheering on the area athletes from the Callaway District Hospital and the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics.
Central Nebraska Electric in Ansley is a proud supporter of this broadcast and area high school sports action. Playing hard throughout the season takes a lot of work, and Todd salutes that dedication. Any electrical work you need done right the first time deserves a free estimate from Central Nebraska Electric. Call them at 750-6458. That's Central Nebraska Electric in Ansley, sponsoring this broadcast and wishing area teams good luck this season.
For your holiday meals, find your ingredients at the Callaway Market. They pride themselves on offering their customers some awesome deals. Their Good Buys program keeps prices low. All of their steaks and roasts are age-certified Angus and super tasty. So when you're piecing together that holiday meal, remember the fresh produce, quality meats, and affordable prices you'll find at the Callaway Market. Open 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. Monday to Saturday and Sundays from 11 until 5. The Callaway Market, cheering on the South Loop Bobcats.
Simply put, AgriBest Feeds in Callaway has the ranching supplies you need and are looking for. Like Sweet Pro Tubs with probiotin that helps cattle perform better while consuming up to 25% less forage. They also have Redmond Mineral Salt, Aero-Quip chutes, and portable tub alley systems, plus vet supplies, pet and poultry feed, and dry shod boots. Sometimes the ATV or UTV is the way you want to go. They have drive-through gates ideal for the farm, ranch, hunting, lease, and more. For fencing, barbed wire, posts, and more, visit AgriBest Feeds behind the Community Center in Callaway.
Welcome back to Callaway as the third quarter will get started here shortly. Larry was asking me how the Husker women's volleyball team was doing while we were taking the break there. They're up 2-0 over Florida A&M at the moment. Should the Huskers advance, which they're well on their way to doing, we will have their game for you tomorrow evening against whoever their opponent ends up being. Pre-match coverage will start with John Baylor on the call with Lauren Cook West at 6 p.m. First serve is set for 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Husker men's basketball will be on the air tomorrow morning, so we got a double dose of Huskers coming your direction tomorrow. That is a 10 a.m. start right here on KBBN for you. Back underway for the second half. Twin Loop now on the right-hand side of your screen for those of you watching the video stream. We've got a kid on the floor. He's wrangled up by Coach Barron. And Twin Loop continues play just like that. Yaya Harris pull-up three off the rim. Rebounded. No, not touched by South Loop. They'll let it go out of bounds and take possession.
Connor Paulson, though, doing a good job of making sure nobody gets to it. He was over there by himself. Instead of trying to reach for it, let it go on out of bounds, and then they'll set up their offense.
South Loop trailing by 10 to start the third quarter. Paulson right side, up top to Fern. One dribble and traveled with it. Good movement of the hips and sliding by Yaya Harris. Fern trying to entry it in, do an entry pass into Wattoon. It hit Yaya on the thigh and caused the travel.
Well, you can't teach quickness, and Yaya Harris has got that.
Sordom near side, now Barron in the corner. Skip pass over to Yaya. Drives inside, gathers, scoops it out. Lukeman Harris now drives, shoots over a double team. Got it all net.
First player in double digits with 10.
Back the other way, Fern lost it momentarily, gets back out to Paulson. Now Starr and McFate in the corner. Caleb surveys, back up top to Starr. Couple of dribbles, pulls up a three, got it to go. A much-needed three-pointer for the South Loop Bobcats.
And that's the first 3 points of the night for A.J. Starr.
Lead back to single digits for Twin Loop at 9. Yaya wants to answer, can't do it. Rebound, Mace Barron inside, battling, puts his head down, blocked by Wattoon. Second effort, Mace Barron, no, but he'll go to the line.
Boy, is that a battle inside between those two. They are going after it physically, Mace Barron and Crew Wattoon.
6:31 to go here, third quarter. Twin Loop with the 27-18 lead. Make it a 10-point lead again as Barron knocks down the first.
Mace is 2 of 3 at the line so far tonight for a total of 6 points.
Barron's second follows the first, and it's an 11-point lead. Paulson back up the right side, working against Lukeman Harris to McFate. Now over far side to Starr. Crew Wattoon just right of center between the rings. Still holding the basketball, now dribbles. Lets the defense go by, gets it off. Starr, his 15-footer won't go. Nice rebound inside by Emmett Sordom. Sordom will lead the break, gets it ahead to Yaya. Yaya gathers, skips it out to Barron. Mace, one dribble, skips it out. Lukeman Harris drives, attacks, scoops, can't get it to go. Paulson had it rebounded over the top of him by the taller Henry Sordom, but the putback doesn't go. Back the other way, South Loop, and a travel called on South Loop's Ethan Fern.
And that's probably the biggest difference in this game right now. Both teams have battled pretty hard, but 10 more turnovers against South Loop than there has been against Twin Loop.
Sordom with it near side. Henry to Mace Barron. Back to Henry. Looks at Yaya Harris. Now Henry puts up a 10-footer. Can't get it to fall. Wattoon the defensive board. Quickly ahead to Fern goes South Loop. Skip pass, Starr. Now back to Paulson. They reset in the half court. Paulson hands it off to Fern. Now McFate. McFate, ball above the head, over to Watoon. Watoon just right of center. Nice little rub screen down in the block, but Starr can't get the lay-in to go. Rebound Barron. Harris ahead to Sortum. Sortum controlled it and turned it over after that. Crew Watoon into the front court. Kicks it out. Fern the three. Left it long. Weak side rebound pulled out of there by Henry Sortum. Sortum dribbles forward. Henry going to go past everybody. Can't get it to go. Weak side rebound pulled down by Lukeman Harris, who puts it back in for two.
And right now, Twin Loup getting some extra rebounds. 7-2 in this third quarter in favor of the Wolves on the rebounding edge.
Watoon, high post, jab step, jumper, won't go. Difference here, Larry, is also Twin Loup's getting layups, whereas South Loup's having to shoot jumpers. Yaya Harris can't get it to go. And now a rebound by South Loop on the second miss, as the pace here in the third quarter, I'm just basing purely off of how fast I'm having to talk, has quickened as a three goes in for South Loop's Ethan Fern, and a timeout, Coach Cole. 10-point lead, Twin Loup 31-21. Your friends at Klein Financial are honored to help with any of your health and life insurance questions, as well as any retirement planning needs you may have. Reach them at 308-872-6810. Klein Financial, downtown Broken Bow at 940 South D Street. Take a quick break and we'll be back for the final 4 minutes of the third quarter after this.
There's a new tomorrow on the other side of the horizon. There are promises to honor, work that needs to be done, friendships to enjoy, and people that count on each other. These are the things that tie our communities together. They always have, and they always will. Build your tomorrow with a bank you can rely on. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Callaway. Well, Larry, South Loop is hanging around, but Twin Loup doing just enough to kind of keep them at arm's length, floating right around this 9 to 10 or 11-point lead here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think this last 3:58 of the third quarter is going to be huge, especially for the Bobcats. If they want to get that, they'd like to get that down to a two-possession game by the end of the quarter. And for Twin Loup, you know, they've got an opportunity to even expand on this lead.
Yaya Harris ahead to Mace Barron. Barron, right side, dribbling against McFate, uses his size to get a shot up, and a foul going to be whistled on Caleb McFate. 2 shots coming for Mace Barron, who is really shown that he is not afraid to get physical down inside in this ball game. Barron's first goes through.
Well, McFate did a good job of staying in front of Mace Barron, but the big problem there is he's like an economy car working against a dually pickup there.
Barron's second follows the first, and it's a 12-point lead, the largest lead of the game for Twin Loup. Fern with it far side. Ethan surveys, now up top to Watoon. Crew, ball above the head, looks at Paulson on the low post, takes one dribble, loses it, gets it back, off to McFate. Starr in the corner, jab step, 3 up, rattles it home. Now Yaya Harris back the other way, 3:19 to go, third quarter. Yaya, the give, the go, the kick to Sortum. 15-footer won't go, fight for the rebound, off of who? It's off of Twin Loup. South Loop trying to string a couple of scores together here.
Lukeman Harris went up high to try to keep it alive, and he was the one that touched it last. And yeah, and I'll tell you what, I'd be looking for A.J. Starr. He's got the hot hand right now.
McFate just left of center. Surveys off to Watoon, right side. Crew, ball above the head, hedge screen down into Starr. Starr back to the basket, out to McFate. To Fern in the corner, near side. Barron, hand out on him. Trying to get it to Paulson. It's knocked out of there on the entry pass to Starr. McFate on the little rub screen, lost the basketball, but that's because of the touch of Twin Loop's Emmett Sortum. Jackson Hall back into the game. I believe this is his first appearance here in the third quarter. Does that seem right to you, Larry?
Yeah, the first time here in the second half.
Paulson into a tune, tracks it down, back to the basket, doesn't matter, rattles one in, and South Loop's on a little miniature 5-0 run here. Yaya Harris throws it across. Lukeman Harris tracks down the loose ball. High post entry look to Sortum. Nice move, can't get it to go. Hall the rebound, puts it up, can't put it in, but he's fouled and will shoot 2.
Twin Loop's been doing a good job of getting second, third opportunities, and maybe not getting the bucket, but in this case, like here, Jackson Hall gets himself to the free throw line.
A Twin Loop has not had very many, you talk about the turnover battle, they have not had very many empty possessions that ended because of a turnover, and they've gotten shots up at the hoop, and when they haven't gone down, they've been giving themselves an opportunity at the free throw line. Second one for Hall goes in. First one did not, so he goes 1 for 2 that trip from the charity stripe. And it's back to an 8-point game. Paulson with Lukeman Harris on him, dribbles into the corner. Harris stays in front of him on the spin move. Out to Fern, now left side Star. Watoon near side corner. Crew surveys, skips it up to Wood. Carter hands it off. AJ Star has an opening, jump stop, and fouled. He'll shoot 2.
Now, I think that's on Yaya Harris. That's going to be his 4th. Yaya scored 4 points early in this game, but foul trouble has really kept him off the offensive end.
First one falls for AJ Star. South Loop kind of trying to hang around a little bit in this one. It's a 7-point lead now for Twin Loop. And make it a 6-point lead as the third quarter grind continues for South Loop.
Well, we talked about South Loop wanting to get it back to a 2-possession game by the end of the quarter, and they're already there.
Sortum and Harris play a little bit of catch. That's Lukeman. Lukeman pull up from the free throw line, got it to go. Wanted a foul on it as well. He falls back on defense after making the 2. Watoon inside, drop step, left it short, might have been partially blocked, saved in by Carter Hall. Leads the Twin Loop fast break. Jackson Hall muscles one up, can't get it to go. Had an opportunity at a rebound, but was complaining to the official on no foul call. And he hears about it from the coaching staff of Twin Loop.
It's going to stay with Twin Loop. AJ Starr kind of just touched off the end of his pinky going out of bounds.
Sortum's 3 misses. Fern the rebound defensively for South Loop. South Loop trailing by 8. It's floated between 12 and 7 points, and a nice entry into Wood, who knows what to do with it. Used the rim to his advantage, leaned back, and scored 2. It's now a 6-point game.
Carter Wood, I don't think, is shot from beyond 2 feet in this game, but he's about 3 for 4 at those shots.
Lukeman Harris fouled as he went to dribble around the defense of Paulson. They'll inbound on the far side. Foul called on Ethan Fern.
Or is that the 5th? Oh, that's the 4th.
They call out the 4th. Hall further in the corner to Jackson Hall. Goes baseline, ran out of real estate and threw it away. Ethan Fern, 1-on-2. We'll see if he backs it out. He does. Kicks it far side. Touch pass. Star threw it to nobody. Wood wasn't quite ready for it down in the lane. It'll stay with South Loop.
They're going to get the enforcer back in there. Mace Barron, he has played tough down low.
Crew Watoon with the ball in the corner. Up top to Star. Now Fern right side. Paulson far side corner. Awfully close to that sideline on that pass. They keep working the perimeter as we approach 30 seconds to go, third quarter. South Loop trailing by 6. They did what you said they needed to do, Larry. It's a 2-possession game. Star stops on a dime, got the friendly roll here in Callaway. It's a 4-point game.
AJ Star with 10 points, all in this third quarter.
Lukeman Harris skip pass over, and Fern bit on it and ran into Carter Hall and committed the foul.
That's going to put Carter to the line, because that should be the 5th foul.
And it is. They were ready to inbound it over there. And now he'll head to the line. Carter Hall, the 6-foot-tall sophomore.
That was the second foul on Ethan Fern.
Only 3 players on this Twin Loup squad not listed as 6 feet tall or more. It just catches my eye every single time I look down at this roster. Lots of 6-foot-plus kids out on the floor for Twin Loup.
Well, and the player that's missing because of the back problems is Justin Folkers, 6'6", and a state champion high jumper.
Carter Hall goes 1 for 2. 5 seconds to go for South Loup. They lob it in, or excuse me, try to bounce it into Crew Watoon. He's fouled from behind.
Of course, we should also point out Dylan Pandorf and Harper Johnson not available tonight for South Loup because of illness.
Second foul whistled on Mace Barron. Under 4 seconds to go here in the third quarter as Crew Watoon tied up with Mace Barron, Yaya Harris, and Sordom down there. It will stay South Loup ball. Now just 1.6 to go here in the third quarter. Paulson to key it in. Took away by Lukeman Harris, who throws it up to three-quarters court and cracks a smile. And we go to the fourth. 37-32, the Twin Loup lead here in Callaway.
Their customers with quality companies and service that will allow them the comfort of knowing that Arnold Insurance Agency cares about their financial well-being. That's the mission of Arnold Insurance Agency. They're proud to help fellow Nebraskans prepare for the unexpected. With locations in Arnold, Brady, Cozad, Grant, Mullen, and North Platte, go see their family to take care of yours. Visit them online at arnoldins.com or stop by. Arnold Insurance Agency, proud to help bring you this sports coverage featuring our amazing area student athletes.
Trotters Woe and Go in Sargent is your one-stop shop for whenever you're on the go, and they're proud to support area teams by sponsoring this broadcast. Whether it's a tasty treat or snack you're looking for, or something to quench your thirst, make your stop at Trotters Woe and Go in Sargent when you're passing through. They'd be happy to serve you and get you filled up and back on the road. Trotters Woe and Go in Sargent, sponsors of this broadcast and supporters of all area sports teams.
Welcome back to Callaway. Twin Loup keeps their halftime lead. But South Loup cuts into it a little bit. 37-32 is the lead right now. And the way that third quarter was played, Larry, kind of sets us up for what I think should be a very entertaining fourth quarter.
Yeah, South Loup down by 10 at halftime, outscoring Twin Loup 17-12 in that quarter to cut the lead in half.
And Lukeman Harris switched the pivot feet to start this fourth quarter. Can't let you know that the Nebraska volleyball team got the sweep in their game, so they will be on KBBN radio tomorrow evening. Pre-match coverage at 6, first serve at 7 o'clock. Would love to have you along for that one here on KBBN. Husker men's basketball to start the day at 10 a.m. 30 seconds gone here in the fourth quarter. Still a 5-point lead for Twin Loup. Crew Watoon might have gotten away with a shuffle of the feet. No harm, no foul as Twin Loup gets the miss. Lukeman Harris back the other way, goes over Caleb McFate. No call either way, big collision. And back the other way goes South Loup after the miss. Starr fouled.
And Lukeman Harris coming up gimpy after that contact with McFate at the other end.
Listen to these scores put up by the Nebraska volleyball team. I don't care what anybody says. If it's a postseason volleyball team you're playing against a good volleyball team. Nebraska wins the first set 25-3, Larry.
Wow.
Then 25-9 and 25-17.
That team was undefeated in their league, by the way.
Paulson, a three from the corner, pulls South Loup to within 2. Yaya Harris back in there, gives it off to Hall. Jackson scoops it out. Yaya, a three to answer. Can't get it to go. Mace Barron has the rebound knocked away from him and a tie up. Mace Barron got his active hands back in on Fern. And that gives a possession to South Loup, but Mace Barron flips that possession arrow.
And all of a sudden, a 2-point game. Boy, South Loop's done a great job of battling back in this one.
Paulson off to Fern. Over to McFate left side. Watoon pops out and goes over to Connor Paulson. Paulson, another three, left it short. Rebound inside, Yaya Harris. Eyes up. South Loop does a good job getting back. Yaya turns it away in the corner. Up top to Barron. Over to Hall. Now to Sordom. His three goes in. 40 points on the night for Twin Loop. They lead it by 5 again.
How about a big time for Henry Sordom to come up with his first points of the night?
Paulson lost the basketball. Fight for the ball. Jump ball. Goodness gracious, these two teams are foot on the gas in the fourth.
Well, we're seeing a lot of physical action. They are letting them play.
Yaya Harris up ahead to Sordom in the corner. Back out to Harris as the double team came. Yaya, pull up, free throw line. Can't get it to go, and a foul called. I think Yaya's going to go to the free throw line. As he does that, I just can't get over it. These stats are still on my screen, Larry. Nebraska hit .391, held their opponent to a negative .043 hitting percentage in the entire match. Hit 43 kills to Florida A&M's 16.
Wow.
A dominating start to the postseason for the Nebraska volleyball team. Yaya Harris's second doesn't go. Sordom the rebound, has it slapped away by Paulson. The folks in blue here in Callaway tonight thought that one was clean. The officials think otherwise, and going to the line is Emmett Sordom.
Well, and I tell you what, that's a short guy that can get up and elevate.
Sordom's
that
first.
was a tough one.
Sordom's first off the glass and through. This sports broadcast is brought to you by Four County Heating and Air. Owners Brian and Austin serve the area with more than 20 years of combined experience in the industry. Call for a free estimate and timely service. Four County Heating and Air in Broken Bow at 872-2258 as Sordom's second goes as well. It's a 43-35 8-point lead again. Watoon pops out, has it between the rings, over to McFate. McFate to Starr. Starr trying the skip pass as picked off by Sordom. Barron brings it into the front court. Mace holds it up. Now Henry Sordom. Sordom lost his dribble, pressured, but gets it off to Hall. Down inside, turning, shooting. Emmett Sordom missed it. Mace Barron, the weak side rebound. He misses. Second opportunity doesn't go for Sordom, and now South Loop comes away with the ball. Paulson into the front court. Pull up three. Missed everything. Barron might have gotten a finger on that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well.
Rebound, Twin Loop. And a timeout called by Coach Barron. 5:10 to go, fourth quarter. 43-35. Twin Loop on top here in Callaway. You've tuned in to KBBN Radio.
Mills Hardware is proud to support the local athletes. From painting to tools, sporting goods to office supplies, Mills Hardware is the place to go. Always remember, if they don't have it, they will try to get it for you. They have 155 different suppliers that they work with and offer services like hunting, fishing, and park permits, key making, and more. They thank you for your continued patronage of their store. You're very important to them. Thank you from the Mills Hardware and Feed team.
Crash, boom, bang. All sounds you never want to hear coming from your vehicle. A1 Auto Repair in Arnold is prepared to fix or prevent those sounds. If you're in need of auto and light truck service and repair, give Josh a call, 848-2542. That's 848-2542. It all starts with diagnosing the problem, then working to get you back on the road quickly with a vehicle you can depend on. A1 Auto Service in Arnold, proud sponsors of this broadcast and high school sports.
Video streaming live on the Sandhills Express YouTube and Facebook pages and live on KBBN Radio, 95.3 FM, KBBN.com, and the free KBBN app. Second game of our doubleheader here in this one. Twin Loop girls in a dominating fashion beat the South Loop team in the girls contest. Twin Loop boys would like to do the same thing here, but South Loop hanging around. And they have the basketball after the missed three in the corner. McFate, near side corner, up to Starr. Now Paulson, under 5 to go. Both teams going to have to take care of the ball and really make the most of each possession. block inside. Yaya Harris got a hold of one from Fern. Back the other way. Yaya up ahead to Sordom. Does well to control it. Oh, reverse lay-in. What a play by Henry Sordom.
That was a beauty. Going to the opposite side with the reverse English.
Paulson pull-up three. Doesn't go. Crew Watoon amongst 4 players for Twin Loup. Has it taken away by Barron. Mace Barron into the front court. Has it knocked away and turned it over. Last touched by Mace.
That's the 10th turnover on Twin Loup. 18 have been committed tonight against South Loup.
10-point lead again for Twin Loup. It's really kind of been between 7 and 11 points. It's never been, well, was it 12 at one point? Maybe for a second.
I think so.
And now a travel going to be called on Fern. He's trying to find Paulson over on the far side of the court. Shuffled the feet. It'll be Twin Loup ball.
Twin Loop's doing a good job of being aggressive on the offensive end, attacking the bucket, and that's led them to get to the free throw line a number of times here in the second half.
Mace Barron, short corner, fouled. They'll get A.J. Starr on this one, I believe.
Speaking of, that'll be the third and second on A.J. Starr. But right now in the second half, 9 of 12 for Twin Loup at the line compared to 2 of 2 for South Loup.
Sordom's three doesn't go. Defensive rebound by South Loup. Paulson back the other way. Kicks it over. Starr, open three. Doesn't go. Watoon fighting in there, but has it knocked away and taken away by Jackson Hall on the rebound, who will bring the ball up. Hall into the front court. Jackson over to Harris. Yaya, nice scoop pass over to Sordom. Has it blocked. Sordom saves it in, but into the hands of Watoon. And the fast break is over as South Loup didn't get up the floor fast enough. Starr says, no, I can still recover. Kicks it out to Paulson. His three up. Rims out. Rebound, Mace Barron again. Twin Loup ball. 3:15 to go fourth quarter. Still a 10-point lead for Twin Loup. Yaya Harris into the short corner. Makes some room. Scores 2 inside.
Well, that was lightning quick.
Very, very fast and shifty. And Twin Loup has gone up by 12 with 3:07 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll be back for that final 3:07 after you hear this.
Lodi Seed Service, LLC, your trusted channel seedsman, now serving the Callaway area. They are proud to bring you this sports broadcast. Why choose them? High-quality channel seeds, expertise tailored to your farm, local knowledge paired with global resources, and, of course, unmatched customer service. To get on the path to achieving your farming goals or exceeding them, contact Abe Hinman or T.R. Anderson with Lodi Seed Services, sponsors of this sports broadcast.
Radio coverage of the Twin Loup Wolves is brought to you by the Twin Loup Boosters, whose members include Ortville's Repair, Pine View Ranch, Prairie Thunder Game Birds, Rybert's Chiropractic, Sargent Chamber of Commerce, Sargent Corner Market, Sargent Insurance Agency, Speltz Lumber Company, Stars Wildlife Inn, Stoll, Gavecki, and Piskorski PC, and Taylor Storage. Enjoy the broadcast brought to you in part by the Twin Loup Boosters.
And again, thank you to all of the wonderful sponsors you've been hearing throughout the evening and seeing on your screens if you're watching the video replay. Makes us possible to put gas in the car, to purchase the equipment to bring you these broadcasts, and we make a little bit of money too. Appreciate you being a part of this. 2:50 to go, fourth quarter. Paulson with it, up to Watoon. Now near side to Fern. South Loup down by 12, and they turn it over as Fern moved that pivot foot again. And that is exactly what South Loup can't afford to do. An empty possession, no shots up at the rim.
Yeah, and they just really didn't get any looks on that possession at all.
Yaya Harris kicks it out. Hall tries to go into Mace Barron, who's pleading his case that it was off of South Loup. Looked like it was untouched, though. It'll be Bobcats' ball.
Bobcats need a bucket here to get back into after they got it down to 2. Twin Loup has really had the answer with 10 in a row.
Wood with it, high post, back to the basketball, back to the hoop. Now with it, Fern, Starr, now Watoon left side. South Loop's offense kind of more methodical rather than fast-paced as Starr misses one off the side of the rim. Lukeman Harris, the rebound, looks up, tries to get it to Yaya Harris, but it's intercepted by Wood. South Loop getting the turnovers and the stops, just not getting anything going offensively. Fern, right side, around to Paulson, left side. Connor pulls the three, left it off the front of the rim. Yaya Harris, the rebound. Might have been fouled there, no call. Lukeman gets the defensive rebound and puts it up and in for 2.
16 points now for Lukeman Harris.
And now a streak comes in that is Mace Barron and intercepts the ball on a pass from Paulson up to Fern. And a 49-35 lead has Twin Loup looking with 1:35 like they're going to tally a W here in this first game of the season, Larry. I've been impressed with this Twin Loup team.
Well, I talked about getting to the free throw line, but you know what else has been very impressive in the second half? The way that Twin Loup has crashed the boards. It was a 16-13 difference in the first half, 24-9 in the second half in favor of the Wolves.
This Twin Loup Wolf team is a team that doesn't seem like they need to be told repeatedly to play hard defense and crash the boards on both sides of the court. And when you check those boxes of things that don't show up on the scoreboard, it usually leads to good things on the scoreboard. And I think that's kind of the definition of what's happened tonight. Barron in the near side short corner tries to enter it into Sordom, who couldn't quite handle it. Tight quarters down there, and it's turned over to South Loop, who needs to get going on the scoreboard yesterday. Paulson hands it off to Fern. Fern threw it away. Mace Barron gets it up to Lukeman Harris. Lukeman into the front court, skip pass over to Hall, who backs it out. Twin Loup in no hurry to put that ball up at the rim, but the shot clock in effect, albeit not on the actual shot clocks here tonight. They're keeping track of that via stopwatch. Haven't had shot clocks due to the shot clocks kind of shutting down between the JV games. Shot by Lukeman Harris doesn't go. Mace Barron, weak side rebound, and gets some props from Lukeman Harris on that tough work he does inside. Fern tries to enter it inside, has it knocked away by Twin Loup. It'll be an inbounds on the baseline for South Loop.
I'm just impressed the way that Twin Loup has answered the call, because this was a 37-35 game, and they have ripped off 14 straight points since then.
And held South Loop without points since then, too, as Paulson can't handle the pass from Fern and steps on the sideline. Turnover back to Twin Loup.
And Connor Paulson had a good look of a three that looked like it was going to go down that would have given them the lead and a lot of momentum, but just from that point on, it just has been all Twin Loup.
Yaya Harris triple teamed and a jump ball as Paulson got his hands on it. If there was a shot clock displayed, it would be turned off at this point. I was really looking forward to being able to say that, like the college and pro guys that get to call games. Well, shot clock turned off, but we'll have to wait again.
We won't hear a countdown.
Crew-Watoon just left of center over to Fern. Ethan surveys, looks inside, skips it over to Paulson. 12 seconds to go. Paulson out to Starr. His three left short. Harris trying to control it, but it's tracked down by Sordom. Up ahead to Yaya. 1 second, and time will run out on this one. A 51-35 win for Twin Loup over South Loop here in Callaway. We'll take one final break. When we come back, Larry will give you a look at the numbers as Twin Loup goes 2-0 in the doubleheader of girls and boys basketball on the varsity side here tonight. You've tuned it in to KBBN Radio, the Thunderbird, 95.3 FM.
This is Stuart Fox at Nebraska State Bank. We'd like to sincerely thank our customers for their support and business this past year. We look forward to serving you and Custer County for many years to come. From the NSB family to yours, we hope you have a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Nebraska State Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC.
When your car gets dented, dinged, smashed, or smacked, the last thing you should have to worry about is it being in the right hands to get it fixed. When you choose Rod's Body and Paint in Broken Bow, Your vehicle will leave their shop looking great. Don't forget, Rod can also help you with those windshield chips. Take care of them before they get worse and cost you more money. If your windshield already needs replaced, they can do that too. Rod's Body and Paint on the curb, west of Broken Bow.
Are prairie dogs wreaking havoc in your pastures? Then get rid of them with Rosol from AeroSeed. Rosol is a restricted use pesticide approved for use on prairie dogs by licensed pesticide applicators between October 1st and March 15th. Rosol is an easy-to-use bait that provides excellent acceptance, has superior weatherability, and proven reliability. To learn more about Rosol, call or stop by AeroSeed in Broken Bow today.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
Contact your local Shelter Insurance agents, Brent Custer or Seth Pearson in Broken Bow.
Attention, Nebraska farmers. At Custer Federal State Bank, we know that agriculture is more than a job, it's a way of life. That's why we're proud to offer agricultural loans tailored to your needs. Whether you're looking to expand your operations, purchase new equipment, or manage daily expenses, our experienced team is here to help. With competitive rates, personalized service, we're your partners in growth. Visit Custer Federal State Bank today, where your future grows. Custer Federal State Bank, rooted in Nebraska, growing with you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back one last time to Callaway as the boys' game has just wrapped up. A victory for the Twin Loup Wolves over the South Loup Bobcats 51-35. With a look at your final numbers, here's Larry.
All right, Lukeman Harris leading the way tonight for the victorious Wolves of Twin Loup. 16 points in the ball game, 8 in the first half, 8 in the second half to lead all scorers. Also in double figures, Mace Barron. I tell you, he did a good job of getting himself to the line where he was 5 of 6, plus he had 3 buckets for his 11 points. 7 points each for Yaya Harris and Carter Hall off the bench, and he had 6 big points pretty much right in a row in that second quarter that helped them build that 10-point lead. 5 points on the night off the bench for Henry Sortum. Those all came in the fourth quarter, and 1 point on the evening for Jackson Hall. For South Loup, they were led here tonight in double figures by A.J. Starr, 10 points. They all came in a hot third quarter where he helped his team get back within 2 points, but it wasn't enough. 6 for Connor Paulson, 6 for Carter Wood, 5 points each for Ethan Fern and Crew Watum, and 3 points on the night for Caleb McFate. We look at the team statistics. We talked about Twin Loup getting themselves to the free throw line, 12 of 16, and they were at halftime. They were one of 2, so they got themselves to the line a lot in the second half. 12 of 16 compared to 4 of 6 for South Loup. 23 turnovers against the Bobcats, 14 whistled against the Wolves, and the rebounds were huge. 42-22. That was a 3-rebound difference at halftime. Twin Loup dominated the boards in the second half. So again, your leading scorers, Lukeman Harris with 16 and Mace Barron with 11 for Twin Loup. And for the Bobcats, it was A.J. Starr with 10. 51-35. The Wolves get the win.
And the Wolves go 2-0 in the doubleheader here tonight in Callaway. Both of these teams have officially begun their season, and we've got both of them, as far as the girls and the boys, for both of these different schools on the air several times throughout this season. Again, thank you to all of the sponsors that made this broadcast possible on the radio: Custer County Exteriors, First State Insurance, Moonlight Custom Screen Print and Embroidery, the Twin Loup Booster Club, South Loup Community Pharmacy, the Callaway District Hospital, Callaway Market, Agribest Feeds, Pinnacle Bank of Arnold, Arnold Insurance Agency, Trotters, Woe & Go and Sargent, Mills Hardware, A1 Auto of Arnold, and Lodi Seed. Thank you as well to our annual sports sponsors that will sponsor 2 radio broadcasts of Husker Sports tomorrow as well. The Husker Men at 10 and the Husker Women Volleyball Team At 7, Nebraska State Bank, Rod's Body and Paint, Aero Seed, Shelter Insurance, Custer Federal State Bank, Grocery Cart, Agland ATV, Meade Lumber, Team Physical Therapy, Geared for Sports, Sargent Irrigation, Melham Medical Center, Trotter Service, A2Z Lawn Pro, Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency, Gateway Motors, High Street Insurance and Financial Services, Taylor Heating and Cooling, and Justin Thompson Agency. Again, Twin Loup wins both games, the girls and the boys games here on the varsity side in Callaway. Again, Husker Sports coming to you tomorrow. The Husker men's basketball team at 10 a.m. 6 p.m. is the match pre-coverage for the Husker women's volleyball team tomorrow. For our videographer, Jack Simpson, for Larry Cotner, I'm Jeremy Shipe, wishing you a wonderful rest of your night. Remember, a full video replay of this broadcast is available on the Sandhills Express YouTube and Facebook pages for you to take in at your convenience. Have a great night, and welcome to the basketball season.
To our coverage of high school sports. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Also, a special word of
the 3-2 pitch, swung on, and a little blooper to right field. That's a base hit. Bo's going to win. Coming in to score the winning run is Caden McKean, and Broken Bow wins the Mid-Nebraska League Championship game in walk-off fashion. Carter Johnson, a little flare to right field. Found the outfield grass, and Broken Bow has won the Mid-Nebraska League Championship.
He's just a strong opponent for any wrestler. I mean, undefeated state champ last year in the state finals the year before, a 3-time state medalist, and there, a really nice takedown. Good fluid motion by a guy that's wrestling 195 pounds.
Brady Skinner with it, up top. Bay at the buzzer, hits the 3, nice looking shot.
To Folkers, back at the Grant, long 3, got it!
Nice. Cash attacks, double, almost triple teamed, out to Connell, deep 3, hit it. That's a 3 for South Loup.
I have to make sure I set my cruise control when I drive after I watch this event.
Yeah, exactly. Car 204, the Yellow Viper of Ryan Firstenau. Hello to all our viewers out there. Thank you very much for tuning in. You get a look at where we're talking to you from.
You get second, 6, and now 5. Pandorf atop of the key 3. Good! Pandorf at the buzzer. Johnson hammered out towards center. Holm going back. Holm will dive, and did he make the catch? He did! Caden Holm, a diving catch across his body to the right.
Ball comes out of there. Who's going to hop on top of it? It's going to be scooped up by Cooksley. Inside the 30, the 20, 15, 10. Can he get there? He can. It's 6 points for Sandhills. Thedford on defense. The scoop and score.
Calderos sends it in the corner to Santos, a 3, got it. His 3rd from downtown in the quarter.
With the bounce, gets it into Ryan. Ryan, nice post move, lays it up and in and scores 2.
10.2 seconds left. Plays it out to Pandorf, top of the key, long 3, she puts it up, and that's gonna go.
And they turn it over, does Hyannis. More could be showtime, goes up and jams it. What a way to end the half for Mullen.
Finney lost it to Cash Gracie. Cash runs forward, dunks it, and looks over at his fellow students in the student section on the far side and gives a fist pump.
Pass to the elbow to Jackson Henry, handoff Loy. Loy picked up by Miller. Loy bounces it inside to Henry. He'll put it up and score! And Ansley Litchfield has their first lead of the game.
That's a good-looking car out of Laramie, Wyoming again.
Can't get it to go. Lance Jones the rebound, throws it ahead to Cash Gracie. He puts it home with one hand on the dunk.
The 3-2 pitch, swung on, and a little blooper to right field. That's a base hit. Bo's going to win. Coming in to score the winning run is Caden McKean, and Broken Bow wins the Mid-Nebraska League Championship game in walk-off fashion. Carter